this one cleanly.
Yeah, I mean, I 100% agree with you, right? We can hop on into the action, see how these players are going to perform. We're going to see how these players are able to show up on the server. And on Mirage, on a CT side start in particular, CJ, I think, is a player that is super comfortable and playing some difficult spots, right? He's over on that A side, locking down the A anchoring duties, and I think that can be a little bit difficult sometimes, but I think he's just a player, like you said, that can bring a lot of consistent multi-kills, and when he's doing well, I think the entirety of Nouns is doing well.
That is for certain. We're starting this one off a little slow, but we're getting ready to hop on into game. As party astronauts. Come on, guys. Not again. The C stream has not really been blessed too much here tonight.
It's actually been crazy. I hope, because we're no longer watching Wildcard, that we get less problems, but, you know, who knows? Like you said, C stream is for cool stream. It's not for the smooth stream. Do we have an S stream? Does it go that deep?
I think the most what were we on? Were we on the
G stream or something?
Yeah, or the
It was F. It was pretty
F.
close to F, I think.
Yeah,
for
I
the
think it was
RMRs.
F. Say what?
For the I am Rio RMRs?
I believe so
Yeah.
as well. But a great RMR nevertheless.
It was very fun.
We got to watch 9Z qualify to the major. Oh, God forbid. EG qualify to the major. Guys, terrible lore. I know you guys didn't want to hear this today, but Evil Geniuses, in fact, did qualify for a major. I'm sorry if I ruined all your nights with that information. I mean, I'm dancing on their grave right now, so... anyways, we can move on past it. We are getting started here. Party Astronauts taking on Nouns in this elimination game to keep the Pro League chances alive, your season alive, here between two of these top teams here in North America. Let's get it on.
Ready to hop on into the action quickly. Smokes and flashes are already in, rather decoys instead, as they make moves quickly towards middle. Full head of steam straight towards the window room into a straight window boost. Fang gets sent up early. George has got to split his attention, and now there's pressure through connector, so it's all about timing here that Fang will win out on. Perfectly played, perfectly stricken upon there, and that A bomb site does open up a little bit.
Hold on. Can still get a little bit feisty here in spawn. If CJ can deliver anything, which he cannot. Fang and Infinite, this rifling duo, will put the damage down range. It is just Rush. 1v4. The best he could ask for is kill reward bonus by taking a couple down with him, but he's going to get triple swung in a moment's notice. Spotted. First, and Infinite will be able to deal with him. Party Astronauts come through with the pistol.
It's like a well-rehearsed pistol as well. Just have yourself a quick motion straight into the window room, up connector, and into the bomb site, just catching that timing off of one window smoke. I like the idea. Rolling out there for Fang to get set up for success early on, can activate a lift-off on a pistol round, and then that builds confidence for the remainder of this T side. If he's able to find success early on, well, that sets you up later. I believe this one will be a not live, though. As you can see, plays with their knives out, and I don't think the default lends him to spawn. I don't see Fang with a lot of motion here, so he might be the one with the issues.
Yeah, he was snapping back and forth at the very start of that pistol round as well. I think it kind of just went with it, even though he might have had some connectivity issues, so... oh boy.
Huh. Not ideal.
I'm trying to come up with like some meme for ECL, like Ethernet. I don't know, something. But
every time I think of connectivity issues, whenever you bring it up, it just makes me think of the Parks and Rec bit with. Oh my God, what's
you're gonna
his name?
lose me on this one either way because
and
I
Rec?
have not watched Parks and Rec.
Oh wow.
I'm very uncultured, Cole.
It's okay.
I chose. See, like, I'm 20. You're 20.
24.
You're 24. Like, you've had 4 more years of life to watch fun things. I've had to compress.
I watched Parks and Rec when I was 17.
But you weren't like a complete nerd watching Counter-Strike at that point, were you now?
Yes, I was.
You know what I was doing when I was 17?
What?
I was casting the IM Rio or Road to Rio RMR in 2021. That is.
There you go.
All right.
That's
what I was doing.
I was working at Starbucks, so.
I mean, you had plenty of time to watch Parks and Rec.
I guess I did.
Oh man.
Hey, what were you doing though with all that COVID time there? You weren't going to school. Well, I guess you were doing online
I was
school.
watching every Counter-Strike tournament imaginable, Cole.
There you go.
Day and night.
So no Parks and Rec?
No. Okay,
Chris
I
Pratt,
did
that's his name, though.
I did actually watch the Trailer Park Boys during that stint.
Okay.
So
It was Chris Pratt though. It's a funny joke. He pulls up without it being plugged into any like Ethernet or anything.
I almost
like
forgot
that.
you were making a reference this whole time.
Yeah.
Continue.
He pulls up a website trying to Google like symptoms for some sort of issue. You know, like how you do whenever you're sick, and obviously because it's not connected to internet, he says it says you have internet connectivity issues. as
his diagnosis.
Yeah. So that every time you say connectivity issues, I just imagine you Googling the problem with this game and coming up with an answer. It says we have connectivity issues.
Funny Parks and Rec joke. I will give it.
Will you give it a try?
Yeah,
maybe.
As like a little bit of a sampler.
Have I sold you?
Yeah, maybe.
It's a good one. That's one of the better jokes, to be honest, but it's a good show.
Okay. See, on the other hand, Cole hasn't watched a single cartoon or an anime in his life.
I don't watch cartoons. I actually do like animations though, but
his type of animations is Toy Story and Cars instead of
Cars 2 is gas.
Cars 2 is gas.
Actually, it's the Cars that I like is the one where they go to Europe. And Mater is a secret agent. That's my favorite.
Yes, that's Cars 2.
Okay.
That is Cars 2.
Yeah, that one's incredible.
That is the most non sequitur movie of all time. Just like they were, the writers in the studio just said, write me anything and just slap Cars in as the characters. All right, I think we're going way off the rails here. I think we are going way off the rails. Maybe we can bring it to us. And yap on through this as it is the C stream for connectivity issues.
There you go.
There we go.
There we go.
As I think we're actually just going to toss this one straight up to a break. I hope you guys like ESL music because you're going to get a little bit as we're going to try and continue here with Party Astronauts and Nouns. And we are back. There's no, it's not the T stream for tech issues. It's actually, we're actually playing Counter-Strike here. Welcome back on into Party Astronauts versus Nouns, as unfortunately it's not necessarily the most actionable round. you've ever seen. As it'll be some cleanup here for PA, you'd think, as Junior does go down to bang. We're off the tech pause. We've got a recovered mill, but nothing more out of it. Well, it's a pretty simple round here, Cole.
Yeah, quick and easy. It's always nice when, you know, the momentum breaks, but it's only in a round where you have full USPs and you get back to the action and it feels like nothing really changed. At least that's what you're hoping for PA. You get what you would kind of expect in the flow of the game as we hop on into what is going to be our first gun round quickly. And this is a gun round without utility. This is pretty difficult for the CT side to handle, but I think this is one of Nouns' specialties. Their rifle prowess is incredibly strong. So then you hop on in to this round with the confidence that you can take these duels. You don't need as much utility. You want to get an early fight potentially on the CT side as well, because if the round delays, well, that's where the problems start to arise. See what they can do to control the map with what they have. Oh, no. No.
No.
No.
No.
Oh my god.
Guys, this
Does
round...
the C stream stand for
Okay.
cars?
That's it.
Cars talk?
What is that?
That's what we had to talk about last time.
Cars?
Yeah.
Well,
Cars 2, sorry.
Oh, I see, like Cars 2 podcast.
Yeah.
I mean, I thought we were going in with like connectivity as our
Sure.
bit. Go ahead and add us on Twitter if you have any
discussion
any
points, anything
discussion
you would like
points.
to talk about?
Yes.
Sure, yeah.
We're
we
taking
can take requests now.
Yeah, we're taking calls as well.
we're not taking calls.
Okay, sorry.
C does not stand for colon.
No. We're lying. Me when I lie on broadcast. I forgot I've been put here as an authority. All right. I actually have. My words might have power. Oopsies.
Just gonna have people start calling me on Discord.
I just start hearing the ringing in the background. Oh man. Well, we have. It's been a long couple nights of ECL. I will not lie.
Yeah, it's been a bit. I mean, there was a problem yesterday with wildcard. I don't know what's going on here at the moment with PA, but unfortunately it's been riddled with a bit of tech issues. But hey, I mean, at the end of the day, it didn't bother wildcard too much. They still got the win.
Yeah.
That was pretty cool to watch them do that.
It shut down the momentum of their opponents every time.
True. Yeah, it doesn't help.
Yeah, especially as a team like Boss trying to just... you got players like Slight who are just loud and really trying to get into the action, just couldn't. I assume Party Astronauts are, by the way, one of these teams. Extremely momentum-based.
Mm-hmm.
And needing those swing rounds to get going. I mean, I will have to say OG Wizard is a player that defines going with the flow.
Rolling with the punches.
You know, he just, like, got some notoriety just because he was so annoying in FPL for people to deal with that eventually he had to find his way to a top team. Just because, a quote from Davey.
Can't beat him, join him.
Say what?
Can't beat him, join him.
Yeah, like, I had Davey tell me the reason people aren't playing FPL is why would you want to play FPL when OG Wizard just going to run you W key you the entire time? Like, it's no fun for them. He's made North American FPL actually have to sweat it out.
Actually have to throw utility against him or something.
Yeah, they actually have to. Gosh, God forbid I actually have to use a flashbang.
Ugh.
So if we do the calculations here, Cole, if it takes 13 minutes every round, obviously because we've been 25 minutes deep and it's taken 2 rounds. Let's say this round goes to 24 rounds. It's going to take a while.
It's going to take a while. That's the outcome that you've come up with.
Yeah, I did 13 times 24. 312 minutes, which is 5 hours and 12 minutes. Prepare for the long haul, folks. If you're in EU, you might be able to watch this game. Oh, and that would just be map. That's not the first time Cole's casted 5 hours of Counter-Strike. Now hopping on into this one. We've got a quick 4 versus 5 right off at the tech pause. Good to see. We're back into something. Kang has continued going. And he actually will be punished for that. So our first gun round here, contentious here in the 4-on-4.
Keep the principles of the pistol right there. Just rolling out with the window boost.
Oh,
Infinite trying to play off this smoke. And already peeping is causing enough disruption that turns the Cat player's attention away. Gets a rotation off as well. Junior going to be looking to activate here. And he gets turned on by Infinite. Oh my god. That is devastating right there. And we got CJ the King, last man standing.
Yeah, 1v4. And he's out of there. Just some simple entries. And Junior only going for 1 back of the site. Kind of let go of a very important line. Also, that smoke walk, I would say intelligent. Just knowing what the tendencies of Nouns are, they love just grouping up as a team. And again, trying to keep that fluid game plan, but Party Astronauts, at least Infinite, sees the chance to take advantage of that, like sensing that mid control trying to come through. That means you don't have a B anchor, a van player. Nothing's going to punish me for walking through the smoke. And generally, just a good deal on here. Mirage. Nouns the team that takes mid control, so it's going to be so important that PA works those extremities.
Absolutely. Starts it off strong with the Fang opening duel there, gets boosted, and you have Infinite playing off of some of that contact, just manipulating the map out of the gates there, leading it to success in the end. And that's quite the statement there. Again, as I've highlighted, it's very difficult to win those rounds as a CT. You have to fight with little utility. Those third round fights can be quite challenging. Smokes all around in connector. CJ's right for the jump. Hope he can get a lot done there. HE for the smoke gives some reliability in terms of positioning, and again, mid control's found out by this PA squad for now.
There's a re-smoke of bottom connector though. Not sure how perfect that smoke is. No one's going to try and take advantage of it. That is the last piece of utility here for Nouns. And so we see a walk-up Cat. Contact ready to be taken from the stairs player at a moment's notice. OG Wizard silently approaching. And will make his way up Cat. There goes CJ activating, but dealt with by Infinite, who then gets a double. Junior will also be traded out. The full 5-man collapse in middle does not work out for Nouns. It is a 4-0 start.
Those mid collapses are usually, I mean, obviously not with the most weaponry in their favor, but usually the ways in which they can really comfortably close out rounds here. They oftentimes will look incredibly strong in those mid closeouts. So we're seeing Party Astronauts figure out ways to converge on them super effectively. We will see a junior A to BP into the mix, though. That oftentimes will help out with how you control middle. Everyone has that utility, as I highlighted, was missing in the first gun round, so it will also benefit them. When Nouns as a team here love to stack the resources, stack the decks on the mid side, it does leave the extremities, A and B, typically weak, and I think a lot of teams have exposed that.
So, yeah, sorry about that, but I was gonna say it's always that mind game of like, okay, are they gonna focus extremities or the mid angle? And I've actually seen a couple teams bring the op over just to the B site over on Van, and just make sure that none of these kind of lurks can happen. When that op will shut down any lurk, because the whole point is to be quiet. You walk around a corner, you face an op, you die. It doesn't take. It's not even necessarily being an insane player and hitting an insane shot. It's just positioning that will win that fight. So Junior's positioning and how he plays around how other people think of Nouns' tendencies is a really big part of this squad.
See that mind game plays out there. I want to see what PA can do. I mean, already we've seen Infinite willing to press on one of those extremities. 9-1 at the moment. We're getting that explosive form out of him. That is very key. I mean, you highlighted it. I think oftentimes a player that can go under the radar, but maybe shouldn't, in terms of his output. Because I've been so focused, right, on the Nuke guys there, OG Wizard and Peeping joining forces into this team. It's a cool story. You've got Fang, who likes to take a lot of initiative there, will take a lot of the resources, but Infinite output is 100% consistent there. It feels when he is hitting his shots, when he's thriving. Can also define a PAT side. Look at this, though. Fast play up middle. Deep smoke in the mix there, but it's met by an HE, and Fang will look to hold the line. He does pass the test for a single. And a quick trade, and now Rush has to worry about underpass. A swing certain to roll around the corner as Peeping looks to set himself up there. Looks to continue the fight, getting run down by Rush. Nades traded back and forth, 4 HP, but look who's there outside of the extremity. As I've highlighted, it's Infinite taking that space. And surprising,
George!
George also pushing past the smoke for 2.
That's massive. George steps up in a position where he had to multi. And then jumping across, though, Infinite actually makes it there. Molly deployed, and then he finds the kill on a junior who goes in for the reswing. And Infinite pulls off a clutch here for Party Astronauts, and back to square one for Nouns.
Goes and rips the AWP right from his hands. Infinite 12-1 at the moment here. Dominating the server in a big way. Closing out a round for the PA squad. And as highlighted, I think Party Astronauts not only handling the pressure of middle, running out of the trades even, but also backing it up with the pressure on the extremity. They're doing the best of both worlds here in that sense. Those 2 points we highlighted that can be challenged for Nouns. Both of them are being pressed upon. Both of the strengths that I've highlighted a lot from Nouns and how they play this map are being pressed. Every time I hear the typing, I get a little nervous.
No, because I think you should. Because you should. Cool.
Yeah, you think so? Close. Close. We did get, what was it, 3 rounds in a row.
Nah, we didn't even get 3 rounds in a row, Cole. We got only 2.
Were we at 2-0? Oh, well,
we were at 2-0, and then we were at 4-0, and now we're at 5-0.
Yeah. It was a shorter tech
Oh,
pause,
and we also had 1-0. So.
Yeah. Oh, that's weird.
All I can say is it's rough out here. I'm trying to watch Counter-Strike just like the rest of y'all. I mean, so far it's just been dominance across the board here for, I mean, Party Astros. And again, Infinite's having one of these pop-off games. He's 12-1 first 5 rounds. It's just some ridiculous stuff.
What's he doing to stay warmed up? Is he doing an in-Steam browser aim training routine? The Chrome aim trainer.
The Chrome aim trainer, or just like reaction speed test? Is there actually? There's no way. Are we going to like humanbenchmark.com? And there's no way. For those watching, Cole is currently on humanbenchmark.com, and he's hitting the targets right now. He's doing what Infinite was doing in between.
Bang.
And he did pretty bad. 523 MS per target.
You gotta give me credit. I'm kind of fighting with the support gourd at the moment. So.
Yeah, we do have the support gourd on our center console.
It's not a lot of mouse room.
You can bring it back to cameras if you'd like.
If these were pro conditions, I think they would complain.
Yeah, I mean, of course, wasn't there was like some pros complaining about like table space or something like that? Wasn't it that like Sky Sports championship where it was supposed to be Gaming Paradise 2, but then the event got better as it went on. So.
Yeah. Well, you learn on the fly. There. And that's what you got to do. You got to overcome the situations that you're placed into. And, well, Party Astronauts, they're doing just that. Obviously having a bit of troubles staying connected. But they are still shooting back in a big way here. 5-0 as we hop back into the action here, at least should be. Before the tech timeout. We got to get back on the same page.
Oh, my goodness. I feel like Wildcard got did they get like a special pass or something like that? Because The connectivity issues were their problem. I don't know. Just don't know, man. We had a couple rounds where it was 4v5.
The show went on.
Yeah, the show went on. It was 4v5.
And it was 4v5, and they just had to roll with the punches that they were dealt. I think you do have a limited amount of tech pauses. I'd imagine that this is something that maybe you can dip into Nouns tech pauses if they're willing to donate that to you, if they're generous enough. But also, like we've said, you got to get the show on the road.
At some point, yeah. So, big question, Talk to? No. No, wrong. Wrong, thumbs down. A thumbs down emoji. That is not right. But eventually, we're talking to admins, and yeah, it's not looking good. We've had internet connectivity issues with Fang. Not sure necessarily who it is this time around here. I think it still is Party Astronauts. In some tough times at the moment. And we will call it C-Stream luck here, is what we're going to call it right now. Oh, boy. They're up 5-0, and they're playing out of their minds, but one round every 15 minutes is all we can get.
Yeah. Not quite on target. Usually there's only 2 minutes per round, but hey, I mean, at the end of the day, should maybe be able to carry forward this matchup. Again, couple players there struggling. I mean, it happened last night with Wildcard. Unfortunately, it's going to happen again tonight. These problems didn't really get fixed either, which was sad. Like, it was just present throughout the whole best of 3, which worries me. But hey, we'll see. I feel like it's following us, though.
It really is.
Let's check the wildcard score and see how they're doing.
Yes.
Are they making it through the game tonight? Because if so, I think we might be the problem, Fly.
And they are.
Okay,
yeah. Legacy M80 haven't gotten nothing
here?
started.
Yeah, what happened with them? Have they gone through it?
Hold on, we can scroll a little bit, and
I don't know if this really gives us any info. We're looking at I mean, if anyone knows, if the game has been delayed for Legacy M80, I mean, I think it is just only us, so maybe they started late, but I think they did actually, because the South American games ended late as well.
That is correct.
That game's
they had a 30-minute delay, and they're almost caught up to us.
They're about to surpass us. We're getting lapped already here, so.
Oh my goodness.
Well, what to do?
Speaking of the Cars reference and getting lapped, yeah, it all comes back full circle.
There you go. C-Stream stands for Cars Stream.
Okay, so chat, like, what are some good, like, animes to get Cole started on over here? All right, like, what are we trying at? Oh, they're just not gonna let us even have anything. They're just not gonna give us a chance. Not even one. All right. Production's calling for it, so unfortunately we need to bring this one to a little bit of a break. When we come back, hopefully we can play some Counter-Strike. See you around. All right, we've got 10 minutes for every single round played. Come on, guys. Can we hold on? Can our internet keep it together? Can all 10 players be in the server at once? That is tonight's challenge, as it's Party Astronaut taking on Nouns. It's 5-0. And if you haven't heard it a little bit, we might be getting a tad exasperated over here. Well, let's go ahead and take it away. We got an A-side execute. We got an A-side stack and an insane entry there from Ben Lead. And then the 5-7 pops out. Is this the round Nouns are going to win first? Well, it's looking decent, but Fang does at least get one back. He's out of ammo, though. And George needs a little bit more. He wants to push forward. But if he does so, probably be in trouble.
Gotta be careful. Rush has him kind of contained, boxed in on this play as well.
Nice
Here's the
out.
Footsteps, and now has an opportunity to spring into action. Fang kind of eyeballing the idea that he's around the corner. He goes 1 for 1, though. Sets up an OG Wizard clutch opportunity and a lot of time to cook this round through. So we'll see what exactly is going to take place here with OG Wizard now diving back over towards that A side and rerouting.
Yeah. And so OG was just going to be able to get that plant. Easy does it. And George is about to realize it's on the wrong site. He does not have a kit, so he's... I think this round is just straight up okay, but the thing is here is OG Wizard is holding CT spawn. What if George just swung around the corner? Swung around the corner and hit an instant headshot.
He's got to run, though.
He surely... Oh, yeah, he does have to run. And now OG Wizard will hear him coming through. There's going to be an instant headshot there. Well, not. He did get to fire 1 bullet. It was not the headshot that George wanted, though. And instead, it's 6-0 for Party Astronauts.
Nicely handled. That AWP, OG Wizard showing some calmness in the clutch, the 1v1, and securing what was a pretty tough anti-eco, anti-half buy at the end of the day. And there you have it, PA 6-0, showing some strength. We do have infinite disconnecting. I believe there won't be any more pauses, as far as I'm aware.
Yes.
They have,
there's no more pauses.
from my understanding, run out of those tech timeouts, so I think you might have to just play through it. Seems like Party Astronauts got to get that memo.
Yeah, this
might be live. We'll see.
We'll have to see whether it's live or not. Look at this. Nouns are playing as if it's live. As you can see, they're pushed all the way in and aggressively holding. So yeah, George, he's going to play as if this round is live, and I believe it still is, because Party Astronauts do not have any more tech time. I have to think.
Yes.
Oh, we do get a restart, but okay.
Wow.
So they get a round restart, or are we going to have a tech pause?
We're rolling.
Yeah, the time is rolling.
Ticking down, so that might be a ransom right there. Again, bizarre circumstances here. Tough to we'll talk through this one, but as you can see, we'll give it a go. Another restart here. What on earth is happening?
What is happening? Wow. Well, we couldn't go more than one more round without a tech pause. We get another restart. I assume maybe for some money. As players losing their equipment. And so here we go. Time's gonna tick again. And we're gonna get this one started. Please. Can we go around without a tech pause?
Let's find out.
I've run out of tech pause juice.
No more tech pause.
Come on. Come on, guys. Keep it together. All those ISPs. Come on. Oh, the double swing in doesn't work. The flashbang. Did that flashbang miss? That was on the money if that was the case. Not meant to be, though. As Fang will eventually get found.
Really trying to fight for this connector control once again. Again, trading evenly in this situation is very valuable. With the amount of resources Nouns put towards middle, you can take 2 for 2. You do lose out on infinite this time around. Junior's
Oh, no!
Misses on the follow-up. A little bit of a missed spray as well from Rush. Cost him his life. They hear the jump out window. They try and transfer Bentley to safety, but he's sticking around. He's going to have a side turn. He's going to have a freebie handed to him on a silver platter. Nouns getting broken down piece by piece.
And I'm sure, I mean, the rest of Nouns just heard a loud exhale from Junior's mic in that one. You cannot miss that, man. That is a gimme.
It's a good position to post yourself up on.
It's
as well.
great. It's amazing.
Yeah.
Like, positionally speaking, that's wonderful positioning.
Gonna get 2 in that round.
Yep. Call it a multi. Big impact from Junior. Not meant to be.
Brutal. That's those, I mean, as we highlighted, sometimes it is those easier shots that go awry, and the situation there is that he then misses and loses his life because of it. Now that's where things really become problematic. That's where you see the breakdown quickly come through. From that point in the 2v3, Nouns get pieced up. PA showing some strengths here. They've had struggles staying in the server, but they sure aren't.
Ah!
And I think Peeping realized there was something in the way. Being blocked, and eventually just spams down range. They got the rotations rolling up through, but it's going to no help. Junior gets blasted, Peeping backs it up, and they dominate the site control.
Yeah, CT money is never going to be in control here for Nouns either. As we even have Fang denying saves. Now, I think he's a little, kind of doing too much here. He's about to get backstabbed and... Oh. Oh, this game is delivering today, huh, Cole?
Yeah. I mean, some of these shots are disappearing right there. I don't know where those half those bullets just like vanish, but Fang gives them enough time to react.
Yeah,
quite a bit of time.
Yeah, have you heard of the game Buckshot Roulette?
Yeah.
They had loaded a couple blanks into that one.
Yeah.
And,
a lot of them. He kept on winning.
Buckshot Roulette, a game where it's
I've seen that on TikTok a lot. It was big on TikTok at one point.
It's very fun. Actually, it got announced that they are releasing a multiplayer for it as well.
That makes sense.
That is fun, but I believe that game is so heavily favored to the person who goes first. So...
Ooh.
Oh,
Yes,
boy.
Junior's getting pieced up on all of these fights. Eventually just has to give up on the mid-fight and keep flying forward through underpass. He's going so quickly here. He's going to collect on Catwalk and double down. Oh my god, it's speed from Peeping that breaks up the mid setup this time around. Sure, he's going to find some relief here, but Carson is going to struggle to get out of this position. He's got to fight his way through it.
Fang. He's got to be sharp. Sees the jiggle peek, and there you go. Fang with the sharp headshot. And one more challenger here in middle. Rush is going to try and recover the round. but Fang's positioning is so good.
Gonna move out of apps now because of it.
Yeah, you can see they know where Rush is. They're gonna hunt him down. Infinite 13 and 4. Last player here, Junior.
What's that flashbang look like?
Yeah, that's testing the LEDs on his monitor right there as they all go full white.
Now Fang can just afford a hunt. He can just afford to go for this 8.
Hi there. Bye.
A nice collection from Junior. A lot more targets to handle because they're all aggressing. They're all chasing this finishing kill.
They're chasing down the Omaha, Nebraskan. Right now here for Junior. They are charging him down. This guy, odds he survives. Oh, it's looking decent. All right, yeah. Cole, when we see those kills, it's just kind of feeding into the Junior narrative. Now, he gets 3 exit kills. Oh boy.
That's easy. That's light work right there. But I can't believe it. 9-0 on Nouns. Mirage. I mean, it's PA that pick into the map, but it's Mirage.
It's
on a CT side of all things. Look at how their mid setup is just getting broken down. Their mid-aggressive setup, those mid-executes that we used to talk about so much and rave about on the CT side, the way that they collect this control. Peeping is flying underpass every round, finding damage, finding kills, finding impact here off the back of some of his teammates that are playing in top mid, off the back of Fang. This unison between Fang and Peeping that I've highlighted many times is once again in full effect.
I mean, that's the way they break it apart. They actually just start to advance on multiple different angles, so you can't have 3 Nouns players looking top mid every round. Just a hard fact. 9-0, we do see a timeout brought in from Nouns, and I think this is the point where they want to start dealing with those extremities. Well, you see a thing. Instead, it's a 0B start. A 0B start because double underpass push coming through. These footsteps about to be heard, though, and they're done.
My God. I mean, what a read. They were off-spawn executing B right there.
That is so G. They've had enough of the mid control, and they call it correctly.
I mean, especially when you look at the tendencies. I mean, I know it's been like a very long one-sided game, but in the past, Nouns have stacked A on these. They've converged on middle on these half buys. It's a tendency that Nouns try to get away with, putting a lot of resources through connector. And this time around, Party Astronauts are like, okay, if they are doing this consistently, let's just rush B on these like half buys.
It's also funny because they sent out a squad to try and deal with Peeping. As Junior with exit kill highlight reel, everybody. Oh, there we go. Wow, sick flick on the entry, or rather on the exit.
I mean, you can't deny that.
Oh, Junior! Stepping up to the plate. He's heavy hitting here on these exit kills. Does he have another one?
Bang.
Yes, he does! 4K for Junior. And the score is 10-0. Junior hits an insane 4K to cut down the... Wait, you didn't even cut down the lead.
To increase his KD to 11 and 8.
And to extend his opponent's lead to 10-0.
Deadly. Deadly.
I'm sorry, but you have to get to the point when Junior gets 7 exit kills so far on his score line.
Yeah. The shots look great.
They look insane.
They maybe don't matter as much. Flashbang just flawless. Bang. Knocks one out of the park here and charges forward. Junior down low as well. He took a lot of damage. I don't know where, but already pressured. And they have really taken a lot of map control at the moment. Full steam ahead here on the play. And, well, at the very least, you do have CJ making a forward motion in through A main. That could offer up some relief or even more devastation because OG Wizard is fully prepared. They still have Infinite ready to lurk and spring into action through Palace whenever it's called upon.
And Connector, too. There are just so many angles of approach here for this Party Astronaut C-side.
I don't really know where you go from this point here. If you're Nouns, although it looks like they are lending to the the best situation possible here.
Okay.
Junior does have some earlier impact in the round. They're able to find himself a big pickup, and they have gambled here on this A play, and they're right in doing so. Another opportunity this time, though, too low on HP, and they've got to be careful of this A-main pressure, but Molly's going to maybe tick. No, Carson's got past it. That's a big opportunity opened up, but now he's got to do it all.
And, he's even gotten seen. Oh, it's over, and Infinite got the headshot as well. God, man. Junior also missed on the Palace players, man. Again. There's no way.
I'll give him a little grace there. At least, you know, he's low on HP, and he doesn't have any time to react, but
he knew it was coming through. He knew they were coming Palace.
Yeah.
Thumbs down emoji from me. It's even Party Astronauts calling it a timeout, as this is definitely a psychological one rather than a tactical one.
Yeah, this one might just be where Nouns start to look forward to Ancient instead. I mean, even despite the increase in performance that I've seen out of PA in like recent history on this map, I still think Nouns are going to look forward to this map and how they break down PA and how they've broken them down in the past, but even just mentally recovering from this map is not going to be easy. Another timeout called. I think this is using the arsenal that they have left in the pauses.
Dude, are you... Oh, wait, because I think we might have another technical issue, folks, because I think they're calling in their tacticals because there might be actually a disconnect. So they're out of technical time. They do have their tacticals. We have not seen a victory of this kind of proportions for the Party Astronauts. God. This is... There's tack timeout number 3 to try and get their player into the server.
Hoping that he can reconnect. Hoping that he can get back involved. Obviously, PR are the ones struggling to stay in the server, but on the other side of things, Nouns are also dealing with big delays in round-by-round affairs, which is equally frustrating, if not maybe more in this situation when you're down 11-0, but maybe they'll get a couple 4v5 rounds there for free. They kind of need them at this point. That's their last attack called out. And so we play on. But not Infinite.
Yes.
That charm is going to be dangling there.
But he can at least see that there's going to be an A main push or not. No, never mind, he's done. All right, we got a 4 versus 5, and there's no way there.
Equalizer.
Well, there's the equalizer. Suddenly a 4-on-4. Junior, come on. You've got to hit this. You got to hit these. Junior, I know you can do it.
He's going to get an opportunity, though.
No,
they
he's
are
going to get
not overstepping at all.
Oh, look at this from Fang as well. Fang is already splitting the defense. And now they will come through into TV room, but Rush has to double up here. First kill's easy. OG Wizard switches out to the off. And doesn't miss with the no-scope. And now Fang, surely he has this round locked up, but one player still. Oh, he doesn't quite get cleared perfectly. George does deliver. Fang.
Battle lopping for peeping.
Yeah, come on. He's looking up to line up both. Never mind. Fang, stop waiting. Oh, and with the wall bangs as well, he got George. Zoned him in. And come on, Junior. With a little bit of impact. It can't be exits. It's got to be a clutch, man. It's a dodge the 12-0.
Got a gift in the beginning of this round as well, but he's going to get on the line. Has to readjust. He can't find the shot in time.
All right, so he's going to keep pushing forward. He'll take another angle, post up, but he doesn't have a kit. He has to be the one making the move, but of course it's OG Wizard to keep swinging. A full house between him and Fang. And, folks, it's a big goose egg. Trying to keep us on schedule here, PA. This game started over an hour ago, and you would think, wow, what a nail-biter, huh? It's locked into combat. But the thing is only one team has 12 rounds. Only one team has 1 round. And so Cole, Xer McHenry, casting the longest map of Counter-Strike 2, will now cast perhaps the longest 13-0 if Party Astronauts can win this pistol. Well, let's get on to the races here. Cole, as OG Wizard has started off, and now we got Bentley dropping into the site. Oh, he's got a kill. Peeping, he's looking for that double kill. He's looking for that 13-0. Can we clock this one in? Can we get out of here in the quickest amount of time possible, or maybe the longest amount of time, depending on which way you look at it? We got Fang coming through on the flank. He has one back turn. He locks in for the headshot, and there you have it, folks. You have a 13-0, officially the longest 13-0 map casted here at Counter-Strike. If you want to include all of these technical pauses, congratulations, Cole. How do you feel?
It's a great feeling there. I'm happy to be here. Thank you for doing, all the work in that second half as well. I appreciate it. It was very kind of you. A lot of heavy lifting there in that second half. Making sure to, close it out for PA. And, yeah, I mean, a 13-0, I feel like a very tough map to read when you look at it. Just not a lot going well for the side of Nouns, and the same is true for PA. They're the ones that are having to play with, a 4v5 in the final round of regulation. Fortunately, it wasn't too long there that they had to do that, but just a really bizarre map of Counter-Strike right there.
Truly an honor casting.
Channel back some of the life that they certainly need here. Otherwise, they're gone here from this season of ESL, and obviously gone way earlier than they would like.
Yep. Well, it's going to be a bit of a hell of a road back into this. It's not all bad, though, for, Party Astronauts, even on this map as well. I mean, this is the Party Astronauts momentum that we are talking about, at least, that is currently just in full movements. Oh, boy, now it's... No. Not like this, man.
I mean, now it's on the other end. Here, it's Nouns that are struggling to stay in the server. I mean, maybe this is just a quick disconnect there. Either way, obviously, as you highlighted, it's not all doom and gloom here. I mean, if you look at Party Astronauts and the percentages on this map, it's not pretty exactly. I mean, they've had some struggles here versus top competition. There's a lot of very good ancient teams in NA, but I think mostly that comes with role issues. Back in the older roster was where they struggled in this map. Didn't really make sense when 60 was in Cave. A lot of times we try and brute force fights. It led to a lot of early deaths and 4v5s for PA on the CT side. And then you have a player in your team like 60 who is never really super strong on this map. And you wouldn't like 60 playing bad on Ancient, right? Because this is almost a specialty map for him in a certain sense. Like, the way he used to control mid, the big performances that he had on this map were very key. But Fang was the one that was getting a lot of that attention. Whether that was sacrificial from the side of 60 or what that was the game plan that they stuck with. Well, now you have Peeping in this position in Cave. This team looks good on this map. I mean, again, they were once so desperate that they tried to play Vertigo. It was that Challenger Atlanta qualifier that they were playing, actually, where they were like, we'll do anything but play Ancient at this point. They just couldn't figure it out. It was a map that they struggled with. It was a map that they got eliminated on in the RMR closed qualifiers. It was Ancient that they lost and eventually, had to exit out of the tournament. Well, obviously it was the map that they were worried about, and now I think they've got a lot of improvement.
I mean, this new Party Astronauts team is just it's just such a huge difference than what it was previously with just this old lineup that was breaking up. I didn't have a lot of faith in Wolfie's opping. I wasn't really impressed by that. And I mean, 60, while solid in certain situations, maybe just wasn't the right player for the team. Sometimes you have to think about these players who have been in the system, and yes, they put up digits and numbers, but where are the results to back it up? Peeping is one of the strongest role players here in North America, and just what he's able to provide, extremity lurking on this T side and anchoring down a couple of these sites. He is more than what you could ask for here for a team like Party Astronauts. He really, you're looking for a star support player. We got one in Rec. That guy's on M80. Peeping next up.
Yeah, I agree, right? And it's a lot of early weight put on his shoulders. I think when you talk about what he was able to do in the past with, Timmerman or Elevate when he was playing with them, it was obviously super impressive. It just felt like you could give this guy nothing and he'd come out with results. He'd come out with multi-kills, and now he's being put, I would say, in an even more active position, like even more activity on this PA squad, and it's been a slam dunk. Trusting him with, these positions that don't get a lot of attention sometimes, it was great. It was fun to watch him play there. Now it's even more fun to watch him on this PA squad thrive in this roster, play incredibly well on a consistent basis with the resources, the extra trust that PA give him.
Yeah, it's just a different system. It's a different player, and Ben Lee has gone through so many of them. He can see something in a player that not many other people do. And over on that Timmerman side, Snav is fine, right? They've been playing together for a long time, but maybe stuck in those same ways while Ben Lee is looking for the next tactic and someone who has been consistently on the top of the scene and has been qualifying to big events as well. And it's a different mindset, a different player to be under. OG Wizard as well. Leaps and bounds is probably one of the best oppers remaining in the tournament. Obviously, there are the other Europeans that are giving him a run for his money right now, but he hangs with them, which is the big thing.
Yeah, it's important, right? Definitely a top 5 opper remaining in the playoffs.
Well, there are 6 teams remaining, so who's last place? Wait, but he's probably been playing better than OC. I'll give him that.
There you go. Yeah, maybe.
So maybe he's top 4.
Yeah, fair enough.
We're not saying any names here of who's last place, but...
Yeah, for me, again, I think it was also a revitalization. I thought really PA wasn't going to come back from the losses that they took. Obviously, I felt like, losing 60 was a big deal, but it kind of made sense in terms of how he wants to play the game in the future. Like, that, it just wasn't the right fit for him here, I feel like. And now you're seeing this team trust in talent that maybe is a little less unproven. I would say Peeping has had more time to grow and develop at a high level in ECL, right? Playing so long for Elevate. But OG Wizard maybe was a bit of a leap of faith for a player like Ben Lee here, willing to take that risk. And so far, I think rewarded quite nicely in doing so.
Second run ECL playoffs is his deepest run. Or actually, it's tied for his deepest run. They did make 5th to 6th in Season 47 with Life's a Game. But again, another one of these lower bracket runs that we've seen out of a lot of these teams. And Party Astronauts, another one of these squads, are looking to pull something out of the hat like that. Of course, a difficult game going up above them here, potentially matching up versus the winner in Wildcard NRG. But if we are going to see this PA team, again, a team that is so volatile that has a ridiculous peak, we just saw that ridiculous peak. Who knows what this team could bring for the rest of the tournament? You might be able to argue, but they're not consistent. But if they beat your favorite team, they beat your favorite team.
Yeah, there's been Cinderella stories as well in the past with teams without organizations. Most notably, Boss, as of recent, making their trip to ESL Pro League Season 19.
Yes.
Being able to, show up there and that was a huge deal for this Boss roster. A great opportunity. And maybe didn't do the best work there in Pro League, but they still, I think, showed some impressive signs. And obviously that came as a result of an incredible run, locking in some big victories there and putting some pressure on the top rosters. And I think if Boss are able to do it there, obviously they're eliminated. Now PA has to pick up that mantle of a team without an organization, looking to make another big run out of North America.
There's always this PA flag has had these same players go underneath this banner for so darn long, but now it's just Ben Lee. It's that I guess that regular show meme where all the characters.
I'm pretty sure
staring
someone made a tweet like that.
Did
at
they
some
actually?
point, yeah.
Yes. Yeah, where all
I think so.
all the players staring out to the sunset, and now it's just Ben. It's just Ben that remains from the New England Whalers.
Yeah, and honestly, for me, he is a player that, especially during the like closing statements of that last team, that last iteration with Wolfie and Sixy, also wasn't being able to perform. Like, at the end of the day, some of the ratings that he was putting up on a consistent basis, I wouldn't say were coming up for an IGL at an ECL caliber. Like, technically, you should be putting out numbers in NA. You shouldn't be dropping the same numbers that, say, a Kerrigan or a Hooksy, those .8 ratings in events. They're a little bit unacceptable. We have been seeing, again, a spark of energy, a spark of activity from Ben Lead as well. It's small, but it's enough to give him the kills that he needs to bring to the table for this roster to succeed more often. I think that comes at a mentality of kind of revitalized, remotivated with these two new players.
Ben can hit shots. I think that's the one thing, though. It's Ben. I don't really see Ben whiffing. He's just in really difficult situations a bunch of the time. I think Ben can still hold his own when it comes down to the firepower. So, yeah, our long party astronauts discussion and going through the history and all of that. But we're ESL CSC here. The C stands for connectivity issues, and we're going through a couple of those. We're gonna move this one over to a break for a lot of y'all. Just go ahead, exhale, say aw, whatever. I can't really stop it from happening here. We'll see you guys after a short one. All right. Do we have a game? Are we going to play? Yes, we are. Round has started. Please, someone deal damage so we don't have the round restart in Matchmatic either.
Let's find out. Let's hop on into the action here. Again, had that delay in starting this one off, but we should be good to play a pistol round here on Ancient. We'll see how PA hold up. Are they finally going to let a round slip? Are they going to keep up the dominant affair on a pistol? Will they have to at least give over a bomb plant here to this Nouns T side? Numbers will be punched in.
Oh, okay, good opener there from Peeping, and the rest struggling here in this cave angle. 3-on-3, one player runs out of ammo, that's Fang. And Bentley, oh, he had some backs turn though. Huge opportunity, might have been missed, but Infinite is gonna turn it up here, and he does! Shadow advantage gets him the double. He's looking for the next. He sees George back up big box. He does convert on the fight though, and now this becomes so difficult. There is a kit on the ground here for Infinite to work with. He needs to get the kill. He does. Now where is that kit? Calling it? He can't find it. Where is it? I swear that there was a kit, Ben Lee. He had flashbangs.
Did it go?
Yeah, maybe I'm mistaken.
Yeah, maybe, but I do assume, like you said, that there was like at least the call out of like, okay, there's a kit back default.
Back default, but apparently it just disappeared into the nether realm. Well then.
Huh. Yeah, I mean, maybe just could like dropped at a weird location. I have no idea, but either way, if there wasn't a kit, at the end of the day, Nouns are on the board. They've gotten their round. Finally, after long last, they have gotten their round. It does require every last bit of blood, every death required into the mix, but they buy enough time for the victory in the end. And we'll get on the board here for one. And then straight into the fire once again of dealing with a force buy. Although dealing with it well, it seems, as they avoid the stack of 4 players on B and put all the weight on the shoulders of Fang.
This one does slip by into red. So, party astronauts. Okay, OG should be aware of a possibility like this. He is. Mac-10 tries to close the distance. Rotates are going to start flooding in. You see George get himself in towards CT spawn. Surely they know he's important. And they do, but it doesn't matter. Still gets a double out of it. And smoked out of Donut. Fang's going to try and fight off versus Rush. That's a huge weaponry advantage. Wait a minute. Infinite activates on the flank. He sees more in Temple. He knows where the rest of these players are. And with Rush so far away, suddenly this retake is terrifyingly possible. He spots both players as well for Peeping. He knows both are in Temple, and one coming through on a bit of a flank, so we have Peeping coming through with the double headshot, but Carson does activate inside of CT spawn, and Peeping, I think, has just spawned out both the remaining players, and, well, it will settle down there. A bit awkward, but Nouns are going to start 2-0.
Well, handled from Nouns. I mean, they just didn't give over crucial duels. They didn't overextend in that 3v3 most of all. They just kept on getting fights with MP9s that you'd maybe like to take and you'd like to force. But if you go down in those sort of duels, you're probably just looking at a very awkward end to that round. And potentially one overstep could mean the end as well. Keeping saving onto a lot of economy is interesting to keep an eye on. You might be able to get that op out, and as I highlighted, I think OG Wizard just very good at positioning himself on this map. I think he's a strong ancient opper, which is not always easy to do, and getting that out for a CT side as soon as possible is going to be very important.
Bang pushes the smoke with the USPs. Okay, but there's one out of Infinite. Through from the Donut side. Time B is compromised, but it's Peeping with CZ and armor. Oh, and he makes it work! Peeping! Single-handedly gives him a chance in this round. He's going to try and juggle a couple weapons across. Oh, and he falls to the wall banks. All right, so back to the 2 versus 2. There is a Galil for retrieval. It's in a capable pair of hands there for Infinite.
I try and boost up all the smoke here.
They're going to do it. They're going to go for it. Round the edge of the smoke. Oh, Ben doesn't want to try. They're a little quiet, and then Infinite does get spotted out. Second player here, Ben. He does see the barrel of one. but it's not clean. It's not the Deagle headshot he's looking for. Peeping, what an effort. Doesn't quite work out, though.
Not going to be closed out. Good effort, as you said. When you get spammed down through the wall, though, your chances immediately eliminated. Nice attempt, though. Giving that round a real possibility, a real chance for PA, putting damage down range. And the play doesn't end up their way, but they're going to be happy with the damage that they do here. Again, AWP and OG Wizard for the opening gun round utility inbound as well for the CP side to take map control by force. At the moment, Infinite going with a very common play that I've been seeing quite a bit here on Agent. Just jiggling out there, getting that molly as soon as you take that contact, and there you go. It's going to disrupt the initial play, and a touchdown HE right there.
It's actually going to knock them away. In the meantime, Rush going to take the entry on the site, and that's where Bentley's going to fall. And suddenly, I mean, okay, Fang somehow got a kill, but he hung out a little too long. Got a lot of damage downrange, but, well, it's going to be Infinite to step forward. He will take down Rush as the bomb drop, but OG Wizard can't fire his shot fast enough. It comes down to Peeping. This time again, he's got seen, but he still converts the kill. There's a chance. Low HP, though. Makes this oh so difficult here for Peeping.
That's going to be incredibly challenging here. Got to dip back a little bit, though. Rein in his aggression. And look to try and find a timing. Of the two players now doubled up inside of Cave. He just hopes, I think, in this sort of situation to catch a back turned at this point.
This is not a bad angle. It's a little off angle if they do walk out of the Cave. And there you go. It works out for one. Junior knows where his next target is. And obviously, if there's smoke, there's fire. If there's one, there's probably the second. Junior's going to be able to pick up that bomb, fake plant, and it works. Junior does hit the one bullet required, and now stay flawless.
Nicely done right there from Junior. Confidence in the fight. Last time they played up against each other, actually, which is an interesting story, 11-13. It was Peeping in a clutch, a 1v3 that he needed to close out to finish the game. You know, 12-11. Either Nouns take it into overtime, or Party Astronauts close out the map. Ends up 13-11 in favor of PA. And it was Peeping that closes out the round versus Junior. You get that head-to-head in the clutch once again. This time, though, Junior gets the better end. Massive advantage, but it was the same case there in that three-map thriller between these two teams in CCT, I believe, quarterfinals. And out of the gates, Peeping showing his ability to just look so smart in the clutch. Even when the odds are stacked against him, he can still get it.
Oh my god, this guy keeps continuing the impact. I mean, his team hasn't won a round, but he's given him chances in what feels like every single one.
Judging by the 8 kills he's got, exactly right. Such a, again, a key Cave player. He's good in Cave. He's fantastic. He has redefined how PA can win on this map. But for now, they're still sitting at 0 at the moment, and he's down, so they've gone through the worst of their problems already. Now they just have to seal the deal. But OG Wizard doesn't get a lot of activity there, but we'll see if they can play a contained game at this point. That ancient bomb is a bit deadly, so they might look to box him in here.
And I think it might work. You do see, I like Fang going into spawn. And yeah, so where do they leave? I mean, Bentley is the easiest one to topple. Down he goes, but they're going to try and go into spawn. And that's where Fang found the quick gun, farm up money, and that what? Oh my god! 1 magazine for Fang, he gets 3 and then the 4th, and then an AK as well. It gets bounced right to his hand like Mjolnir, Thor's hammer. That AK goes to Fang. It's 5-0, but laugh into the bank.
I mean, 2,400. farmed up there, and the AK as well as a little tasty treat on top. Making a lot of money out of this round. Still yet to arrive on the board, but when you talk about the best way to lose, that might be it right there. 5-0, Nouns still winning. And with the amount of damage that's done, it's important that they stay winning at this point. Can't afford a loss. Fast utility, fast play. Off-spawn calls once again in play. We've seen this sort of poking and prodding. It led to a pretty fast B play out the back of it. This time, they're hoping to split the rotations early, make it a play towards middle instead. Fink flips his mouse too fast, and he cost him his life. A leg shot there, a connection. Peeping will slide out and take the low HP bar down, but a 3v3 is so manageable for Nouns as they trade effectively.
But Infinite goes back in the middle. What a shot from Junior. But then a refrag. Benleet gonna keep up the tempo and most importantly drops the bomb. This round never stopped.
Constant fights back and forth here, but again 2v2s with a full minute left. Sure, the bomb's down, but it's recoverable. And Rush does take a timing eventually. Identifies an opportunity, will take the space, and the AWP that we said was a specialist on this map now needs to close out a clutch, a 1v2 with bomb around the corner in his reins. Can he rein this round in?
Extremely winnable. Now he knows where both players are. With that Molly flying through, he knows they're taking from either side. How will OG Wizard approach this clutch? Challenger delivered. First shot's good. Next, he misses though. Just off the mark. I think a little bit of movement and accuracy plaguing OG Wizard there, and we see 6-0 for Nouns instead.
Crosshair where it needs to be, connection not available, and there's the clutches from Rush that are closed out. When he is in these sort of late round situations, he can be all the more effective. And as you can see, Fang had 2 in the perfect position, primed up for a multi. But he moves his mouse a little too fast. Overlooks the opposition. Nouns now giving PA a taste of their own medicine here, blanking them in the first 6.
Okay. Once again, Peeping with a multi. Now, can they finally win a round because of him? This has got to be it. Benleet unleashes everything that 5-7 has got to get. And finally, Party Astronauts will win one of these rounds in dominant fashion.
Oh, it looks easy. It looks easy when they finally do get a win. And also, because of how close the rounds have been, 0 surviving just 3 rounds prior, 2 survive, or just 1 surviving rather in Rush, a round to go. And then finally a victory for PA. You can see the money is broke. They're going for a force buy with Tech 9s and Mac 10s. And this is where Party Astronauts, despite having such a slow start, I mean, we've kind of talked about them in a different light on this CT side compared to Nouns on Mirage, and that's because
Mirage
of how strong the rounds that they must have been here. But this Mirage is getting shut down. Binley and Peeping locking down the bomb site here. The utility damage initially is going to hold them at bay, and the counter flashes never end. They can never see, they never gain vision here, so that force buy is shut down just the same.
Yeah, I think it's Peeping does exactly what he needs to do. He doesn't get stuck in cave. He tosses himself into the action, and once you get behind that site pillar, just so powerful at how you play around it. That's exactly what you want to see here. So we're going to see a couple ecos come through now, and Party Astronauts not just gaining rounds, but also momentum, which is so important to this team. More than others. Again, just an aim-based team. The mood affects your aim. And right now the mood is feeling pretty darn good with Peeping is at 14-7 by round number 9. And OG Wizard in a solid position here against the Antico.
Gotta go find a gun.
Oh no. Oh, no.
It's gotten lost in the water. Where's a Glock? Where's something? There he goes. He's found it. He's found his fight. I want to bring a knife to a gunfight, especially if it's a not fight. Tough to close the distance on that weapon. He's holding at range, and there you have it. Just a chance to start to really feast up some economy, some pillars being built for a CT side of PA
this
to
angle
activate on this map.
From Fang is like extremely unnecessary. He doesn't need to play that in a 2 versus 5.
How else is he going to farm the...
I'll leave it to Peeping to do that, but yeah, talk about unnecessary. 3 rounds either way. Never mattered. Never mattered.
You gotta get your eeks, man. You gotta get your eeks. Peeping's been farming up. Thing's got a feast as well. Get them both confident to head into your T side. We saw the dominance that they can do on T side of Mirage when they're playing well off of each other. They're splitting attention, splitting hairs on this Nouns squad. Timeout called here. This is a chance for Adren to get involved. I think we've seen a lot of momentum-based calling from this Nouns squad. It's gotten them up to a 6-0 start when they've played so effectively off of the early calls. Now you got to dig a little deeper into your T side and see what you can't pull out.
Let's see, but it's OG Wizard who can dominate the map with his AWP. I think that's going to be the biggest piece of leverage. Obviously, Party Astronauts have no competition on the other end. Junior doesn't have his out, so OG Wizard can kind of do what he wants here. You're going to see him step forward in A main and bang again in the same position. This time around, though, George, a bit suspicious that things were a little quiet.
You heard the run right there, right?
Ooh, and infects tees a shoulder.
Oh my god. This is aggressive. He's spotting up multiple members, though, outside of this position, so there's a lot of information gathered in the 4v5 deficit that they face. And you can see the motion off of the B site here for this defense.
This is not it for OG Wizard, though. He's going to get time.
He's got a teammate, though, rolling on up here. It could be a good contact play, and the tag and bag there is leading to PA frags as they motion back in towards this A site defense. Great hold, rolling on out, and OG Wizard comes back for the closer. And PA get where they need to be just in time.
It's really important. So you talk about that little piece of information that Infinite got towards the end of that round. That allows Party Astronauts, okay, they say, oh, there's mid presence, and there's 2 players outside of A main. That is an A split. Everyone shifts over to mid and B. You have 3 players, 2 in Donut, 1 A main. There is no breaking that no matter how many T's you throw at that situation. It's just quick, fluid rotations there from Party Astronauts. Nouns didn't call any bluffs or none of that. And so they are swinging right now back into this game.
I mean, a key difference maker, but like you said, snappy calls, but also, again, it's Peeping making these very quick rotations, right? He's in that cave side where he needs to be just in time to back up the OG Wizard AWP, to back up the presence that they have on that A side and help out in the defense. And when you lose Fang out of the gates and you're still able to win a round that confidently, it shows a lot of signs of improvement on this map of Ancient for this team. Giving over A site, though, could be a bit of a problem. Infinite willing to concede it. They're looking for more of a retake, and that will help out. OG Wizard surgically removes one around the smoke.
Yeah. And this A site, one of the most retakeable in the game, if you can hold on to Donut. Infinite does need to stop them from moving through the smoke, especially you don't want to run out of ammunition against these blocks, against these pistols, and that's exactly what he's gonna do. Now, problem, they've got Donut. They're starting to lose a couple players now. Defusing out in the open. Oh my goodness, George with multiple, but he didn't have the weapon for the job. And Rush, oh my god, he gets more damage in with the scooped up AK. But at the end of the day, a round's a round, and the final one is coming up here.
Target themselves a couple AKs to pick up, and it could be 6 and 6's split. A strong start for Nouns to a strong finish from PA when they get the ball moving. Dominating and end their rounds just the same as we remember for Mirage. We haven't gotten to see a lot of their CT side, but when they get success going, a lot of it has been leveraged through very snappy reactions. And again, I mean, beating 19 kills. Super efficient at the moment here. This time, though, this mid play, take it down to the early op, but Infinite able to trade it back and quickly equalize. Looking to leverage his success as well as the B-side play rolls out as well. First chance spam through the smoke, maybe targeting the bomb planter, gets him off for a second there, but the exposed smoke. Exposed Bin Leet now into the charge forward for the post plant. They're going to struggle to really get back into this retake.
Whoa, but hold on. With all these players over towards long and...
Oh my god.
Okay, a lot of damage through that smoke. Peeping also finding CJ. Smoke deployed, but Junior does get back onto the angle, and he knocks down 2, retaking away. That's what you want this off of Junior to do, and that's what it does. It's 3 here for Junior to close out that half, needing to finally get rolling for the CT side. And here we go. 7-5. Nouns, they got off to a 6-0 start, but that's when Party Astronauts finally started converting. They found their mojo peeping with an incredible 20-kill half. They had to at least get something out of it, and they certainly did. Some missed clutches towards the end. Party Astronauts looking for some redemption. It's fast out middle, and they're about to be running right through Red Room, while Nouns 4-stack up the B site. And this is going to be a tough call for Junior. Dual Berettas inside of A main.
Don't know what you do at this point, right? You do have A main control that's pretty valuable, but you have a lot of map control for this T side as well. You've got good post plant positioning, and as you see, they have a chance to cut off the rotation through middle. A lot of eyes being seen here from Binley as the flashbang perfectly connects, and Binley is traded, but it's planted for CT, so it's still going to be a difficult retake.
It's costing time as well. That Bentley kill takes another 5 seconds on the clock now. Fang does fall, yes. Smoke onto the bomb. Now this is going to try and make things complicated. The defuse is revving up. It might just work. Spam on the smoke. It does get it! Infinite body shots all the way. Now can CJ run back? Can he pick up the kit? He does. Oh my goodness, is there time? The answer is no. Party Astronauts rip it away.
Oh, Infinite takes it away at the perfect time. I was so close to the fully completed defuse, and Infinite will rip it away from them. The opportunity to win that pistol. Excellent Nouns recovery round. the only way I think you really comfortably get back into that with that smoke diffuse. With the kit backed up as well, but not enough time. Infinite showing up in a big clutch into a full eco. And PA could equalize.
A season for Nouns begins to hang in the balance. This is a competitive map number 2. And it's a full eco. Nice little flashbang gimmick, but it's not going to lead to long-term results. Peeping down to 23 kills. Flying back in from CJ will do the trick. But that bomb planted on the A site, and this should just be a lockup. It's now 7-all. Economic dominance should be here for the T's, and you start to worry. This Nouns team has goals for Pro League. They have ambition when they're making all these moves, when they're taking a Dren to the coaching role, when they bring in storied players like Rush.
Especially when you talk about it, I mean, again, this is a team that will be in attendance at the RMRs. I mean, not only do you mention like Pro League here for this season of ECL, but also a team that could be contending for the major. You know, should be maybe contending with the major with 7 slots. An organization to back it up. Trust placed it into this roster versus a PA team that you see off the back of a bit of a disappointing closed qualifier RMR's attempt. Had to completely shift up their roster. Brought in some new names. And they have been thriving underneath this banner since. Especially in the head-to-head versus Nouns. Got that last victory, as I've highlighted in NCCT. Taking down a tough opponent in Nouns. In the second half, like you said, it remains in the balance here of how they can shut things down on their map pick on a defense.
God. And Ben Lead also found a kill as well on CJ's duo. So this head-to-head between OG Wizard and CJ. OG Wizard's got it. He gets away with the bomb as well. Absolutely massive. OG Wizard will be getting a safe plant. Junior wants to try and stop that. Oh, but moving out from middle. Oh my God, Infinite also found the kill. Peeping. Oh, not quite kill 25. So Rush in with the chance. Huge off angle awaits him though, and no chance. Party Astronauts string together the first 3.
What an excellent round right there put together as well. Peeping, again, as I've highlighted here, can solo work his way through a B-side entry when all of his teammates are on the other side of the map pressuring that A side. He's able to still find a kill on the B side of the B extremity.
This guy is so good.
I mean, so impactful as well. It just obviously weakens the defense in a big way. Even the double up and donut wasn't enough to deal with PA. This could be enough though. 4 stack on A, or B I should say. See if it helps. The flashes are way too strong. They are getting blasted by a peeping flashbang.
Oh!
Peeping peak. As they shut it down, 25 eventually hits, and so does 9 for PA. When it started 6-0, a 1-9 run, then comes through for PA.
They gotta plant the flag here. They've gotta do it right now for Nouns, if I want to believe. Because this Party Astronauts team, again, such momentum-based Counter-Strike that they play when it comes down to their individuals. You got, I mean, Peeping is just thriving right now, but OG Wizard has gotten his engine started. Infinite is now moving as well. And now everyone is just not missing for this team. And that requires a timeout. That requires something just to slow the bleeding a little bit, to stop you from just getting hit round after round by this Party Astronauts offense. Again, this is so important. It has to stop here.
Yeah, I mean, barring these timeouts from Nouns, this has been a pretty fast sequence of rounds here. And I know we haven't had the tech pauses, but it still has been quick. PA have been able to take map control, rush into these rounds, and then win them with efficiency. You know, 4 rounds flies by you. The lead is now lost. And yeah, these timeouts I think are really crucial to get your head back in the right space. Otherwise, you're just going to, you know, let this game and therefore season slip. There you go, a big pick up there as they try and rush towards B again, looking to replicate what they did just around prior. This time there's a lot more resistance.
Three-man lead. Wow, but OG Wizard nearly picks a kill in the meantime. Get an AG. Put it on the money. And still 3 players over here towards the B end. Is there a flashbang for Junior is the question.
No.
Yeah, there you go. Rings out with an op shot. Oh, but there's a miss. And this a miss CT smoke as well that lets them scale. And they get 3 kills off the back of it. Massive mistake here for Nouns. And now, well, CJ over towards long. And OG Wizard slips through the smoke. Infinite, though, moonwalking right into CJ. Are they going to be ready for OG Wizard? Well, Carson really wasn't. OG Wizard up with a chance. He's going to be able to escape this ramp side. He knows where his target is. He couldn't hit that shot, though. And so Nouns will dodge a calamity there. It's still not comfortable.
A 5v2 slips that easily into a 2v2, which fortunately CJ positions himself good enough to close the round out. But my God, as you said, it's not the rounds that you want to be winning here if you're Nouns. It's not the way that you want to be winning here. Dominance being asserted in the opening stage. It looks like, okay, off the back of the timeout, off the back of a little influence from Adren and slowing the momentum down for PA, we are going to stabilize here. And as you've highlighted, plant the flag for a defense. And they get by, they survive, but they lose a lot in terms of guns, weaponries dropped to the ground, and probably just mental. You have to survive these rounds, even in 5v2s is not the fresh perspective you need.
Here we go. Once again, PA trying to keep the momentum swinging, and they go running right into Rush with the 3K. And that is going to shut down PA on this map. That is going to keep them calmed down. That's going to make them rethink their strategy right there. Rush puts a new thought into Party Astronauts.
You're going to force them to slow the game down here. Back-to-back 5v2s. This time, I don't think you're going to get it. It's the same duo, though. Ripped it back last time. Although the lessons surely learned from the Nouns squad of not giving over any sort of favorable tools to these 2 players that you know can rip it away from you. So we see them rein in the positions out off the back of a huge bit of impact. Not even low HP bars to really lean on here. Rush, got to be careful. Can he complete the 4K? He's not going to make that mistake, though. Not going to stick around, although George will oblige. Give him a freebie. The spam through the wall as well. Puts the pressure on Rush. There, half his HP disappears. A little magic trick. G for the smoke doesn't really provide them any further vision.
No way!
Though, cracking on in. It's not going to matter at the end of the day, but again, a 5v2 turns into a 1v2 now.
Oh, but OG Wizard going to reposition to middle.
Not a lot of time to cook this one through.
Yeah.
Going to test the waters on the scope of the AWP potentially. Off angle should work. Rather, it's just a CJ holding the off angle. But, I mean, again, they survive the 5v2. I don't know how they keep doing it. But they get past it. And I don't know if they can win it like that. Still winning. They're tied up here, 9-9. I just can't believe it's happened again. True survivors, and there's not even damage done in the 5v2 this time.
Oh man, it doesn't make you feel confident. Like now, Party Astros are gonna rethink their game. They're not gonna just run right into the blender at the start of every round.
Yeah, maybe let Infinite and OG Wizard try and actually do some damage early. See if we can't work an opening pick off of some of these late mistakes. There's a missed house smoke, though. There's one thing on the map right there.
Oh, but it doesn't matter. They use it against him instead. They just take down Carson because they want the duel. Now we're going back into Donut, and CJ can't multi-kill because of an instant headshot from Pete. And then the swing from OG Wizard, and the round might just be done. Bomb planted, round over.
Gotta survive.
And Nouns might lose everything. Fang won't be taking this gun away from George. 2 versus 3. This is going to be a save. They're backing away, but you see the momentum right now from Party Astronauts.
Firing on all cylinders. No question about it, Fang will fall in this round, but because of the damage that's been done from OG Wizard and Infinite, it could have been 2 flawless rounds in a row where 5 survive. Instead, it's 2 rounds in a row where you have to reinvest more than what you brought in. The money is going to be shocked. Party Astronauts are shocking the system of Nouns and have set themselves up here again, still holding on to this lead and looking to further extend it.
Oh boy.
I mean, these 2 saves are very valuable. It's going to mean a lot in terms of what Nouns can bring out. At least going to be another gun round. They're going to be missing an op, though.
I don't think they're not buying here. There's no way.
I don't think they should. I think they might. Got Carson.
No.
No.
Yeah,
it's half by territory.
They actually do need to consider what the money is going to be like. If George full ecos, then their current loss bonus will allow him to drop an op next round. Loss bonus only being 1,900 in this. So if they do full eco, they'll hand 11 to PA, and then they'll have a great purchase coming in. The big question is, do they want to do that?
I mean, it makes sense here when you still have the chance to keep PA at bay from a series point, right? You know, giving over 11 is not necessarily giving over 12. There's a bit of a relief in that sense, so it makes sense. And then you still have Rush and George, so that could do a lot of damage with the firepower that they have.
Junior's gotta wake up, man. That's just been the big talking point here, not just in this series, but just as a player overall this season. It has to happen now if he wants to keep his team alive. This is looking like 11 rounds unless we see a miracle moment. Or need to get used to it for George. We're a little too quiet though, but George does deliver. One of these saved M4s puts in some work. Infinite's made
footstep.
And I was going to start thunder stomping as well. Molly deploy, utility out. Here comes a swing out of the 5-7. And it works for a 2-for-1. 2v4. Rush is also here. He does go down, though. He couldn't get that kill. He whiffs. Now Carson. Bomb gonna get planted. He won't make a move. Oh my goodness.
God.
George almost traces him. It's a tentative 2v2 here.
Position's good from Carson, though. He's made an active move here. Picked up a rifle for his
troubles.
troubles.
He knows where Fang is, without a doubt, right? And walking forward. Oh, but OG Wizard slinks away. The threat angle that he misses. He's moving. Fang goes down. This is it. A chance for an upset round. George with the kit, sticking it all the way, and he can't find it. Massive round there for Nouns as they pick up a full eco with just saved rifles.
I catch the rush right there coming through from Party Astronauts. The quickness on that A play. Taking charge into that A bomb site, then quickly realizing what they're running into is a bit of a hefty stack, and it's actually the pistols that do a lot of the damage there, setting it up into the 2v2. Rush at least able to put some damage down range to set them up for success, but tied up now at 10s, and this is what I was talking about. Nouns are still lethal when they don't even have full guns. It's still George and Rush with rifles that could do enough.
I mean, not even Rush, let's be honest, because he went down.
I mean, the pistols, the 5.7s could do so much for this team as well.
George saving the day. And peeping is also slowed down. The momentum has slowed down here for Party Astronauts. Those couple of mow-down rounds have sent a bit of a shock to peeping. Can't just have his way on that B site anymore. This is the deciding round here. Party Astronauts have bought down to broke. So have most of Nouns. So let's see it. Fang flying into cave, and it's a double from Rush. Once again, the onslaught has been shut down.
Just got to call in some experience here. Call in some other veteran players that can shut this play down. But you got to be careful because Carson goes extending forward into a headshot. Benley now providing it. As I said, maybe you just have to call upon these veterans to close out. Benley looking to do that. AK recovered for Infinite as well. Low HP on Rush from the fights that he's taken initially. Can they recover a man down now?
Well, they've got a wall smoke action here. So this passive setup from Nouns is looking likely to allow a plant. Junior looking to break the smoke though, and not on the best of timings. And instead of pulling the molly here to shut down the plant, it's nothing. They let him get that plant down. And they're looking to take long control. They're looking to stay aggressive here, and Junior does not have the weapon for the job. He needs a quick scope here, and he does get it. A flick down onto Bentley. It's infinite round the corner, though. He finds a double. It's a chance here. He's playing ring around the rosy, round the sight. He sees the shoulder, though. The AG, he can't escape it. He cannot escape it. George comes up with the 1v1, and Party Astronauts can't pull another upset. It's Nouns who establish a lead.
I mean, when you see the shoulder right there of Infinite peeking forward, when you have a nade in hand and you know he's 1 HP, your stomach just sinks thinking if he would have went forward instead of back, what it could have been. But instead, fading away right into that target of the HE, and it's a huge clutch converted. A massive sigh of relief here for the Nouns camp, taking away what was a fantastic clutch attempt. I mean, Infinite did it in the pistol as well with very unlikely odds. In a 1v3, almost made it happen once again. Another timeout called. We're not seeing, well, I guess we are kind of seeing an all-in investment, at least for Fang. The rest of the squad soon going to follow suit. Got to make it work with very little here. Otherwise, force buys for the remainder of the game in the map 3 of Nuke, that decider around the corner. OG Wizard, he's going to hold on to some economy. Interestingly enough, they're still looking to take control of this cave side.
They have established at least that. Look at this, the pressure's on. Oh, Rush does get his gun out in time. And a recycling of the molly. Fang is just going to run through it and eventually put an end to it. But look at this, run through the smoke. And George, he's only good for one. That's going to be an AK trade up. And a man advantage for Nouns in a post.
He was hoping for some sort of activity there. Gets nothing though. And we'll see if they can close out another unlikely round. Again, OG Wizard with no armor and only a P250 to hold on to. So you'd have to imagine Fang has to do the heavy lifting.
Yeah, you'd have to. But OG Wizard capable. Pair of hands. He only needs one with the P250. Round the sight. He's playing survival, but Junior does spam out the smoke. And now praying for a defusal. That won't be stopped right there for Fang. It's 12-10 for Nouns. And the momentum swing from Party Astronauts has just been stopped cold.
They've had a lot of opportunities here in these late rounds, but Nouns continue to survive. Here, continue to find a way to win. And a large amount of it is done by the early work of Rush, turning up his level to 10 at the moment. His early multi-kills have made it so that Nouns, it's almost impossible to lose. I mean, even though they put themselves in hot water in some of these 5v2s that Rush has given them, figure out a way to close it out in the crunch time. And again, you can maybe make the story of survival here for this squad, but you gotta say that Rush leveling up this game might get them past the test here. Fang misses the spray. The trade will come through eventually. Puts the now test on a Junior's shoulders here if he can connect on these op shots to hold down both the A main side and Donut.
I mean, he's about to get overwhelmed here. The big box, he splits the uprights. But he will be bailed out by CJ, who is basically getting a double. Oh, God, Junior, come on, man. You gotta hit some of these. It might not matter because his teammates are just that much better. 2 versus 3. Rush continues to push forward. He deals with peeping, and it puts OG Wizard in a 1v3 to close down this map. He's going to post up here into Temple. He's going to be searching for this fight. And
Barrel should be seen here. Rush's reposition.
Oh, but he
still
gets
falls.
it! Yeah, oh, but he has to reload, he has to reload, he has to run away to big box. And that he does. And so 30 seconds on the clock.
Oh my god. It's the only way. You can't plan on A site. They're going to charge you forward.
He's gone.
Starts to hit the Jets as soon as he's out of earshot of these Nouns defenders, and he's got at least a bomb site in a much better chance of winning this with it.
Yep, and he's out. And he's got a plant. And just like that, OG Wizard has put himself in a winnable position, in a great position even, to win this round. He just needs to pick off that very first player and make a great escape. But he doesn't know where they're coming from. A silent approach here from Nouns is their best course of action. OG Wizard will just commit. He will commit to the angle. He'll get that first shot, and he's got to realize that this second player coming through, and he's got it. OG Wizard with a 1v3. Party Astronauts stay in the game.
They survive in a big way. What a clutch from OG Wizard. So many different chances where he was in these late rounds playing alongside Infinite. These two players left into so many different clutches, and finally one of those goes in the way, and it's OG Wizard to helm the charge. I said he was an ancient specialist, and this is a special clutch from him. One round off of overtime now as well. Look at this. Bringing out the 5.7s again. MP9, I mean, the most heavy hitter on the map here. Rush delivering the most in the impact is now put onto a 5.7. This guy's controlled Cave in an unbelievable manner. I mean, looking to keep up the pace here of what Peeping was doing in that first half. And Rush has delivered with a lot of important multi-kills. And he's left to a 5.7, that's all.
So from 6-0 up for Nouns, and then a 9-1 run back to the final round of regulation. This game has been a roller coaster. How will it end? Or will it? Is the big question. Is overtime the possibility here?
It is the possibility. We'll see if it's the reality that we face here. Dancing around the smokes. I mean, Rush always trying to get up to some sort of move. A lot of emphasis put on this mid side at the moment.
Once these smokes drops, once the curtain drops, it's going to be deciding whether it goes to OT or not. The smoke fades. And Rush, he wants to advance. And, well, here we go. The duel is in. The flashbang forward. 3 kills, but not the 4th. Is Ben Leet. He has 2 threes in his name for a reason. There's a 3rd on the right side of that screen. But then there's the flank from Junior. Ben Leet needs the ace to save Party Astronauts to keep us in a 2-0 contention, to keep us here on Ancient, or else we'll need map 3. A ridiculous 3K, a ridiculous spray down. Does he have it in him? Carson advances forward. Ben Leet not committed. Carson with the headshot, and it ends here on Ancient. We're going to Nuke.
I mean, what a perfect reaction right there from Nouns to close it out. So much speed towards these cat fights. There's so much aggression from PA in the early stages of these rounds, and you finally see how they slowed down around here, how PA kind of take a little bit of a delayed approach to these fights, and bam, Nouns are in a position to punch off with one incredible flash. Or do you think they'll be able to fire their way through it?
Well, we'll really have to see, because I believe that the individuals here for Party Astronauts can carry them through in certain situations. Obviously, Peeping hauled it for them in that very first half. And so now we are taking it away here on Nuke. Can they keep it up? Can these individuals haul it over the tactics here for Nouns? Let's take it away.
I'll have to find out. Interesting that we highlight that as the big discrepancy there with these two teams nowadays, but I feel like that it could be the case here. Peeping looking to fight forward, dives from the smoke, makes an active move, but he can't connect. Struggling a little bit with those dual Berettas. Stud on Ancient here, a little slow to start for Nuke, and that's going to lead to a lot of problems now for PA in terms of what they can do in this round.
Do have a vent drop though. OG Wizard with 1, and he could cut off the bomb as well. This could be deadly. They see Junior with the bomb. They're going to try and chase him down, and Fang even flicks for Rush.
What?
He dives around the corner. Fang with a chance in this clutch. And oh my god, what a shot! Fang with 3 needs 4, and he's done it single-handedly. Can he pull off a miracle here? Can these individuals keep stepping up round after round for Party Astronauts? I love the off angle that Fang is choosing here. And he's just going to hold on for it. CJ to push forward. Spotted, but CJ is prepared. Puts an end to the rampage. Nouns with the pistol.
Oh, man, CJ will break the hearts. There's that dream being crushed right there from Fang. As he does so much. I mean, makes very difficult, nearly impossible plays happen to give him a chance in that pistol when it was, again, just so early on going wrong. So many early misses. And then you see the firepower in full effect, but at the end of the day, 1 kill away, and CJ, he's got some firepower of his very own he can put on display.
Again, this rifling core for Nouns has been their biggest strength. With George, Rush, and CJ hauling it for this team. It's a nice little entry there from Carson as Fang walks into his grasp. I think CJ had a little bit more of a strugglesome Ancient. Rush and George, the primary engines. What if Carson decided to step up? This force buy is not looking strong. One player does get their way up the fence, though. Peeping won't be lining up any headshots here today, and easy kill there for Junior. As the force buy dealt with, Nouns on a good start.
Handling the force buy. I think Nuke and Ancient, 2 very force buyable maps, and Party Astronauts looking to keep the pressure on with these force buys. Just can't quite close it out. Aren't doing as much damage as they would hope for with these. So it will again lead Nouns to really start off hot on, 2 maps in a row for them. I think they needed that 6-0 start on Ancient, as you can see clearly from the 13-11 scoreline in the end. It gave them time to activate in that second half. And being able to have that opportunity again to start off as hot as you did just a map ago, something they'll be really looking forward to. There you go.
Come on, line up to the smokes. I remember Stewie was missing that in Dallas. Football assemble with the top mini smoke as well, rather than just regular mini smoke here. Rush, scale out, and it's a 1-for-1. He's kind of isolated and alone. That's a bit of a mistake, you'd have to think.
Gonna fly out heaven off the flashbang. The flashbang came through.
Now they're just gonna drop in and stack up the site. Many players in position. Infinite dealt with. Peeping on the site, no more than 1. So a little interesting with the upgraded pistols, but nothing substantial.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, I think they just needed to wait a little longer for that play to actually work, because they weren't getting enough fights that they were hoping for, just keeping their distance so effectively. A good idea, though, I think, coming through with a little bit of ingenuity. Trying to make the best out of a tough situation. See Party Astronauts get the guns out, though. G-Wizard op included out of the gates. Junior looking like he has a lot of initiative with his op. G-Wizards fighting forward for the first round. It's Rush instead that will find the first pick, though. And they maybe have identified the player top silo. It's forcing Binley off the line here as they spread out into the bomb site and take charge.
Yeah, but they're going to drop back in. Hold on. Look at this Infinite to make a move with Fang up top as well. Coordinated effort from Party Astronauts in the mid-round. We do have a 2 versus 3 swing miss shot from Junior, man. You gotta connect. It's getting ridiculous at this point. Carson can be clearing the high angle. Fang's playing the low angle. And the round's done. I'm sorry, man. You gotta hit those.
Been missing some sitters here today. It hurts a lot in terms of the Nouns squad here, and obviously, like, pulling back rounds and pulling back opportunities. Again, though, there's a situation where I feel like Nouns are missing on trying to get on the same page in terms of the execute. They have the bomb site. They have a lot going for them. All they need to do is essentially secure and bring the bomb on in. And in that small window of opportunity, Party Astronauts pounce on the chance and rip it away and so quickly take control away from this Nouns squad. And you are kind of, I mean, at least I am kind of wondering where the remainder of the team was in that bomb site. How did they get away so comfortably with exposing that heaven position? So that's a spot that's usually pretty easy to shut out.
I mean, I think it's just a coordinated effort to just say, hey, they haven't made it quite out the hut yet. Dive in.
We gotta go now.
Get stuck in there. It's basically the whole point. We're gonna take a little bit of a risk, and we're gonna make sure that we can fight in this round, because that's what you want to do. You want to stay active. You have the better players. You don't want to sit still and get locked out of a round. And that's what you can see here. Party Astronauts holding down the W key. Oh, Bentley thinking holding down the W key up the ladder. It might be actually the right play, but won't take it because Fang lost outside. Nouns scamper down secret.
Could have been a big chance to recover lost space. Instead, they just have to gamble the rotates down lower. It's not the worst idea. Could be the right move, actually. Infinite, though, does get caught a little bit lackadaisical in the approach, and it feels like OG Wizards Round is put on a timer here of how long he can survive before the formula.
Wait a minute. Rush thought that was a teammate. Rush thought that was a teammate. Peeping just runs up, and they stop the bomb play because Bentley charges forward for a double. Junior weren't able to do it. The off the deagle, though, might be the weapon of choice. Does he have another headshot in him? Jiggle peeks with him and Peeping. Oh, but Peeping will win the fight. CJ on 6 HP. Needs to somehow get this done. He's going to pick up the bomb. He's going to stick the plant.
Bomb has been planted.
And where does Peeping go? Okay, right back down with an extra Molotov in play.
Oh, sees the play. Oh, he just goes for the fight and just hits the headshot. Just be better, he says, and he is.
There's a very similar situation as well. Nouns, again, in a position of power. A 5v3 this time. Lose control of the round because they can't get the bomb down. It's back-to-back now that Nouns have been handed a big opportunity and just can't quite convert.
It's that absolute YOLO play from Ben Lee. Just swung single door, got the first charge forward, and just homing missiled onto the bomb carrier, the bomb planter. And then Peeping's him. That's just... that's a very difficult obstacle that many teams have to face off against these days.
Yeah, I mean, but losing out in these sort of rounds consistently is going to really take a toll of the mental. You've done so much to get yourself in strong starts on the T side of Nuke to break the spirits of PA, and they just find a way to take it away from you, and that's just going to lift them up. That's a momentum-based team, as we've highlighted, is then going to be feeling the confidence that they can make these aggressive plays, because if they go wrong, you got someone that's going to win the round behind you.
Yeah, Infinite has Fang for backup, and when the A1S doesn't do, its little brother will. Tech 9 forward here. Okay. If I'm Nouns, I do not like the confidence Party Astronauts are playing with. Momentum again for PA.
Stamping their foot down on this eco. Putting it straight on top of this Nouns offense when they get the chance. And this time it's not a round that starts off well for them. Instead, very dominant affair with OG Wizard. Consistently showing confidence in his outer yard duels. He hasn't been seen making this play, so he's going to go for it again. They get another opening duel for him, back-to-back rounds.
Posted up, waiting, and nearly a collateral. Instead, he'll take the one. Swing out from Fang, though, is no good. 4v4 Oh, and OG Wizard with another chance, but it's Ben Lee instead who strikes. In from Garage, takes down Junior, peeping as well, now striking through smokes. And, well, cut down to bits are Nouns.
Well, now George is on an island. The smokes have faded. He can't get out. Unless he throws the smoke of his very own. So there's a way to escape the claws of this T side. You gotta hope that Carson, who probably has been hurt in some form or fashion, can do anything here. And 45 seconds is gonna burn pretty quick when the bomb is just now trying to enter in through lobby. And as you can see, Infinite is aware of that ramp exposure. They're going to try and fight back in this round here. In fact, they're going to run through the flames. They're going to run through the fight. Keeping will cut off the bomb cross. And PA suffocate the round out.
Call it unnecessary, but when you're better, you just want to take every duel possible. You don't even want to let brain power get involved. If your neurons are firing, there's a problem. You just gotta go for kills. And that's what Party Astronauts do here. I mean, yes, it's a 2 versus 4. It's a pretty insignificant situation. Infinite could just sit back, play percentages, play with the team, 2v4. Nah, let's just charge forward and take the fight, because I'm better. That is the mentality Party Astronauts are going with. That's the scariest mentality you can have in Counter-Strike right now. Nouns trying to cross. They're not. That's the real answer, as Ben Lee lines up them all.
Ready at the peeping rotate down here, so any hope that you've had is going to get ripped away.
Yeah, and Fang has also heard both. And hi there. Oh!
Oopsie.
What?
Oopsie. There's a chance here, a little hope.
Nah.
Sparks into the camp of Nouns just to be snuffed out by Fang. All good.
Yeah, a little whiff happening down there in the secret tunnels.
Oopsie.
You are supposed to hit those. But it's all good.
Fang's behind you again. Now he's having a monster map. 11 and 5 at the moment. Peeping on, Mirage was, I think, once standing, or actually it was an Ancient that he was standing at like 140 ADR on that CT side.
That 20 kill half.
You've got pretty close to it here for Fang, and as I've highlighted, there has been a little uptick in performance for Binley since these 2 new additions.
Yeah, I mean, I think Ben has had more time to focus on his crosshair a little bit with this unit of players for sure. That's 5 rounds in a row for Party Astronauts on the defense, and again, momentum. Momentum is all the name of the game. Is there going to be a round from Nouns that's just a complete shutdown? That's a complete stomp? They need one of them. Because Party Astronauts are just W keying around the map and collecting kills non-stop. What are we teeing up here?
A lot of flashes being tossed in. You can imagine a chaining of those being tossed for an A execute. We'll see how powerful they can make it happen.
It's not a bad call.
Smoke gets recycled though towards doors. Off of just a little sound cue there off the HE open of the doors. I think there's a little bit more resistance now that they have to meet though. I mean, Ben Leet's confirmed his position on the bomb site. You've got actually a pretty quick rotation in OG Wizard. Obviously, peeping play on the top of the hut that will soon have to be removed.
Free smoke to the door. I think, by the way, Party Astronauts have absolutely confirmed that players have not really made it down secret. They're not so focused on that outside area at the moment. So currently there is going to be a 3-man A-site defense. Infinite will start his utility dump, but in reality, it's going to be an attempt at an A-site blast with Peeping unblinded, by the way. So he could have taken the bomb, but it says a whiff. Infinite, though, from up the vent. He delivers a double with Fang in tow. 2v2, but an insane shot there from Carson. It comes down to Fang. Gap in the smoke. He can stop the bomb from crossing, but he won't. Carson traces him, and Nouns will break the momentum.
Great execute rolling on out there for Nouns as we highlighted. such an incredible setup for the play, and they patiently wait for the fruits of their labor, for what they set themselves up for, and eventually rewarded with the power. But again, a little bit labored from peeping on an opportunity as well. It hurts a lot of that hold. It forces more attention to be spread out. He could have got the kill and survived, but he misses out, gives time to react, and changes the tones of that round in the end. We'll see if there's any speed here. OG Wizard, as you said, maybe allowing for more time for him to set his sights towards the crosshair because he's such a playmaker. This time he calls the aggression towards Hut. Misses out on the adjustment there and will fall.
It's a flick you're used to seeing OG Wizard hit. And now Peeping falls next. Has suddenly gone cold in this game and all this walk through hell right now. Oh, but look at this. Infinite. I think he heard a sound cue, surely. But there's also a second player closing in on this position and can't readjust for the headshot. More players closing down, but then CJ connects, and the momentum has certainly shifted here. Now the team connecting everything. CJ with non-stop headshots. Nouns resetting the economy of the defense as well. They are looking to take the lead here.
Very cool play as well. I mean, if you just talk about the micro of that, CJ obviously wanted to be heard when he fully charges in towards that held position and breaks open the glass towards lockers, but he never swings. He's always going to be in the back of the mind of that player sitting towards CT spawn, but then the only play that comes through is from the ramp side initially. That's that first point of contact, so just an excellent idea coming through from Nouns. You will see some of that tactical depth come out. It's showing up here in a big way for a Nouns T side, despite the firepower advantages that we've talked about for PA, despite incredible playmaking from Fang. We are seeing what Adrian and Carson have cooked up for this map.
Oh, but hold on. Fang is alive. Nope. It's CJ in the server. Free samples of lead being fed right into Party Astronauts. These taps being simple. Now both remaining players down here on secret. Nope. Oh, don't see. Nope, that ain't gonna work, Ben. Just ain't gonna work. Peeping. Inside secret, the inevitability.
They're removing everything. Every little possibility of some shimmer. That A1S that is potentially savable. They're sitting on top of it. And a 4v1. Knowing that he's gonna go hunting for the gun, right? It's since been removed, and so have you.
And so here we go. 5 rounds straight for Party Astronauts. Being answered back by 4 from Nouns. Unless they can put up a stand here, OG Wizard has invested what he can into the op. Now, fast outside control for CJ. Look at this, he's just searching for a duel, and Infinite will put him down. Now a smoke walk for Carson, full blind, but not Fang. Fang with vision, does convert, but George and Rush pushing through that A site. Now it's Peeping though to step forward, and he gets a big multi to lock that one in for Party Astronauts. A statement at the end of the half. It's 6-all. And let's get it. It's 6-all. It's a nail biter. It's map 3. And Cole, it's our last half for casting of the season. But it might be the last half for one of these teams here. Party Astronauts taking on Nouns, Phi, Cole, F, McHenry. Let's run it. And it's 6-all, split down the middle. Can these teams be separated?
Let's see. Let's find out here as they get quick on it. A missed flashbang there doesn't hurt them too much as everyone makes it down the fence. So a straight B play rolling on out here on the pistol with a lot of targets towards the ramp room, and Binlead is connecting on those targets. Headshots eventually land. And a 5v3 pistol ahead of them make it 2v5 here, as it looks like Party Astronauts are a lock for this one.
An attempt at a retake effort is not quite possible, we'll lock in this kill rush. Oh my goodness, it's a 1v1!
He's got to reload.
Now, unfortunately, he's out of ammo, and Infinite will close that down. It got way too weird for my liking, but a pistol round's a pistol.
Made it look more possible, that's for sure, that I gave him credit for, but eventually, again, the ammo does him dirty. And as you can see, forced to dance, hoping that his opponent misses. That won't be the case. Party Astronauts with the pistol will take the lead here on this T side, but you know, again, they have to show us that tactical depth on this T side if they want to start to seal it in, make a conversation here to close. Just got to start up against this force fight here.
On the other end, I've got to see a good Junior CT side. I must. One good half here out of Junior.
I will say, I mean, to give him some credit here, Nuke is usually a map that he's pretty good at.
Yes.
On an individual level. Like, I feel like he makes a lot of good rotations, positions himself well.
Speaking of rotations right now, we got 3 players down on this lower site. While a lower site exit is going to go down, it's the best opportunity for Nouns, but it's not looking good. It's a 3-for-1. And a devastating result that could just decide this. Junior might have a chance for a couple on the cross. It'll have to be some banger shots hit here. Out of the scout, and that's a start. Great snap to the head. And right now, Party Astronauts not completely unified here, but with Infinite clearing out the vents, I think a way out has been located, and they will route into the A site instead.
CJ's been bamboozled. Fang going to clear out just about everything, and comes through just in time to cover Trophy, as he does. So now, got Junior, who maybe can land a nice tag, but unfortunately needed more of those snappy headshots to back it up, and it will be the force buy survived by this PA squad. They'll get to start off with some success on this T side, give themselves some cushion to work with. I think the good news is with force buys is that it usually will lead to a 4th round op purchase in the half. So then we maybe can start the conversation here of Junior looking to get involved. At this point, again, the second half will determine who's going to be moving forward and whose season's going to be over. They come into this one kind of looking at Nouns to be the favorites, even though that last head-to-head went in the way of PA. PA with a lead, looking like they want to remain the favorites in this matchup.
And it's looking good to be just after this round, but there is a 4-man lower side stack, and the smokes make it awkward. Damage, but nothing more. Just imagine if they had just some upgraded pistols. A single P250 could have made the difference there.
Had so many smokes to pop through right there. It's not a wall, so as soon as you smoke that down the whole site, they start popping up. Gives them space to actually, you know, surprise the PA squad. Interestingly enough, we do have Junior on the flank. Could add another kill to the tally. Certainly can, but can't finish the job there up against Fang with an AK in his hand. Round secured, 9 on the board before we see the first big gun round here in the second half.
Plant the flag here for Nouns to stop this game from running away from, to stop Party Astronauts from getting these huge just moments of momentum where, again, this boulder just runs through the game and runs over these players. Someone's got to turn up and put an end to this. Or else we're just looking at 11-6 and what could just be game over. Considering how Party Astronauts play. We'll see Fang on a heater. Infinite also playing well.
I've already taken the slower approach though, compared to what they did on Ancient, where they continued the off-spawn aggression until they just couldn't survive it any longer. This time we're just seeing a bit of a slower pace, a slower start to this. More time to let some of these players that are shooting well have their moments, to get mistakes being made, to catch overextensions. We'll see if they can manufacture any of that, as instead it's Junior who starts it off with the AWP. The first chance he gets, he opens up the round.
That's exactly what I want to see here. Out of Junior. He returns to ramp. He might think he only picked one, though.
I mean, at the end of the day, it could at least allow Carson to rotate down towards the lower site. That's going to provide the comfort, get him in a position where he can potentially succeed.
He doesn't have util, though, so he can't really stop the play, and especially as this walk-up comes forward. If they clear all these angles, if they did, but they're just going to hold. Carson swings into multiples, and he goes down instantly. Junior smoked out. No impact on the round. Infinite. Was walking forward. George caught him on the edge of his screen, though, and Infinite will be chased on down. We should have a 3 versus 4, or at least with the bomb plant, but a possible retake.
A great chance here opened up, but again, the post plant positioning on this B side is strong, and Party Astronauts are going to look to hold down to that, double up on the ramp side to take these close range fights.
Yeah, you got one here inside of Dark. That's the first point of contact. Perhaps Peeping only with a MAC-10, though, needs to deliver something with it, and he can't. Instead, it's OG Wizard. Down from Dark. Ben Lee also puts in his work. A wall bank shot, and now down to the Glock. It's not going to be enough, or is it? Oh my goodness, it got awful close. Junior will be able to pick up that kit, though, and get a defuse. Just barely gritting their teeth for it. Nouns will get it.
Oh my god, we certainly are getting more of what we saw on Ancient here. Some resilience, a fight being shown from Party Astronauts, but Nouns being able to close out the round in the end, surviving in the 4v5, getting past it, even though the good positioning here from the Party Astronaut squad. I think the real big kicker of the round there is Infinite getting nothing on such a fantastic timing of the lurk. You know, just a millisecond ahead of that play there. He's so incredibly close to getting tucked in towards that cubby. It's a guaranteed kill if he gets there. And misses out because George steps back. Junior creates the space. And George completes the kill. And Infinite getting nothing there, I think, is the big turning point. A timeout called for Nouns. They're happy that they get through the round successfully. They're happy that Junior can get another chance to work with this AWP, give them another man advantage potentially. But sad with how much cost it creates, because they're right back under the microscope here of a turning point round.
Here we go. I said Nouns needed to plant the flag. They did so. They held on. They have to do it again. Against a Party Astronauts team, against OG Wizard, who nearly clutched up against them already. Party Astronauts have not lost their flair for that round. I wouldn't call that round a shutdown.
Far from it. As you can see, left with some limitations, MP9s in the mix, a whole lot of them. To put what could be Party Astronauts taking control of this map right back in their hands. And again, you're going to maybe hope to lean on an AWP to give you another opening duel. CJ a little weight on his shoulders. Carson holding back on this ramp fight.
Pressure.
What's he supposed to do with it? Now he's got to take a quick fight and run away, and he's just going to have to flee.
He does. Junior trying to get in on the action, but it away. Here comes the ramp drop. Carson does have backup in CJ. Carson gonna charge forward, and he gets away. He gets a second. Carson trades out for an AK. He makes it a third. Carson, one-man army here on B. He can't quite put it all together, but he's done plenty enough. Ben Lee second guessing. He'll go for the bomb plant. Fang clears out that secret angle, and Party Astronauts, despite all that, still have a chance to win this. Ben Lee Holding first point of contact. He lets go of the angle. He gets into dark instead. He's going to return to the line. No, he won't. Rush takes him down. And now it's up to Fang. Going for some door span, trying to open up an angle. He does use it. 10 bullets and a missed shot from Junior. Fang, 7 bullets in the mag now. Running low, 2, and he needs to try and stop that defuse. A one-tap. Oh my goodness, but it just was not on the diffuser. Pixels away. Fang will collect them all, no less. Nouns again can say they won a round, but it don't feel good.
Oh my god, I just cannot believe the way that Nouns are winning. But it still feels like they walk away battered and bruised. Look at these taps from Fang, the ammo, the recognition, and imagine a world where he connects to that smoke and just breaks Nouns, breaks their back.
I know these headphones have been a little bit loud for y'all at home. You'd have to deal with that if Fang hit the one tap through the smoke.
A whole lot more of that, that's for sure. And it's going to keep that pressure on you for the team side execution in towards A. They've got a lot of resistance ready to go.
Rush!
MP9 pulled down the line. Rush with a big multi, staying alive as well.
Oh.
And this time, it's not just a round that Nouns survive, but thrive instead. HG to seal it, or a George jumping MP9. It's all Nines now in this one. And Nouns finally find some comfort.
That's the type of round. That is the shutdown that they needed. That's the one that's going to take the momentum and the wind out of the sails of the party astronauts. They try to turn up the gas, and I don't mind it. They know their opponent's money is low. They're saying, let's put it to a rush. They might be missing a molly or two. Well, they meet rush. It's in the name. So yes, 9-all. We do have a half buy coming through from party astronauts. This is where Nouns can take the lead. This is where they can establish their own piece of momentum.
Tell you what, at this point, again, Astronauts finding themselves in so many good opportunities. Carson spamming down range here is collecting kills. He realizes that he did so much already. Flashed off the line. The reload is off, but Fang will drop him. He's got armor to back this one up. And
what a stink.
Yeah, force him a little bit more back here in this play. There's a bomb plant.
Again.
It's inevitable. They're just going to lock and then take even more space off the back.
They're taking ages to assemble this retake as well. They don't know who remains here in ramp, so time's going to burn off the clock. They got all the utility in the world, though, right?
They do got plenty of retake utility, but Infinite looking to fight forward instead of back, looking to try and even the odds. Maybe
to pick off a player with a nade in hand. That is a viable strategy. HE won't connect here on Infinite. He stays standing. Tech9 up close. Oh my god, the barrage eventually gets to him, though. And now volley to the back of the site. Fang to swing. He gets 2, and OG Wizard puts it into a 1v1. Back turn for Rush, and party astronauts pull it off. A 3v4 on the eco.
I mean, maybe they get blasted out of that last round. Maybe they do. But then to come back in the very next and swing for the fences, a timeout to let it sink on in. And party astronauts are back on track with a huge liftoff.
Oh my god, just what you think this team has done, they are not. They've got unfinished business here with Nouns. Party astronauts looking to sink the dreams of this team. This team that wants to compete at the top of North America. Party astronauts bring in the prodigies, and the prodigies are delivering.
I mean, think about how that round finishes up as well. It's a 5v3. Carson did so much. It was over, right? It felt over. Carson, you know, nearly did 300 damage in that round. And that's why I think it's important that party astronauts let that round sink in, because it was in the bag of Nouns. It was in their grasp. And it still missed out on in the end. Fang playing out of his mind in the mix of that clutch when you see OG Wizard capitalize off of what Fang started in that 2v4. Truly unbelievable. And it's right back into hot water here for party, or rather for Nouns. Just when you think they're out, they pull you back in.
Bentley flashbanged outside.
Oof. That is crispy.
what here for Party Astronauts? They've lost their lurk. The map goes dark. Gonna go ahead and meander into ramp room. Carson, boost up top. There's a verb for this. And he's gonna blast on through. Carson with the first. And goes untraded, but not the double. Infinite does flick up in time, but again, caught by a grenade. This round will be put down. OG Wizard, known for some magic. We've seen it so far this series. It's not looking good for this. Held by the Scouta Jr. But he does go down. No luck for Junior.
Thanks, but I think Junior with that tag has done enough. I don't want to speak too soon, though, with what we've seen so far this game. Just too many targets around the corner, it feels like. And 10 seconds left is going to be nullified. Nouns, again, they survive in the crucial moments, in the rounds that Party Astronauts, if they just claim it, if they just take it away, we could be talking about a done deal.
They're hanging on by a thread, dude. They're hanging on by a thread. This game goes either way.
But now it's right back into Tech 9's rolling out there. I mean, they're going to go for a force buy.
This is it.
A big investment, but Party Astronauts putting all in on this round right here.
I feel like I'm the boy who cried wolf. I keep saying this is it. This is it, guys. This is it.
Just might be this time, though. I mean, again, this is such a massive investment with 2 AKs. One given to Fang, one given to OG Wizard, the 2 players that closed out that 2v4 to give you that double digits, to give you 10. You gotta lean on them. You gotta trust them. 4 players, silent cross, now they get loud. CJ, ever gonna pull the trigger? No. They all cross. And you don't see a lot of map movement. You don't see any rotations at all from this defense. With 4 players now down secret, this is going to create a lot of problems as they Molotov in. This continued speed is going to matter quite a bit because Nouns are going to be in a position where they can hold off against this pressure in time, and they're still not moving.
They're not moving. They're not moving at all. Carson's waiting for a lurk that just doesn't exist.
He's got to get some relief here in the ramp room, and maybe that's when he can start to make the case, but it's going to be too little too late. You're talking about a retake rolling out in which you're not going to like the odds. That spam could have helped almost a kill, but an even 5v5 B-side post plant is not easy
It's a nightmare.
to pull back.
I don't think they want to even go for this. They're not. I mean, they're walking outside. Infinite. Oh, the Tech 9 gets cleaned up.
It's another 0-kill lurk from Infinite. We talked about this early on, but that matters a lot. Last time it cost them a little bit. This time
they're still not going for it.
They're calling a save.
I mean, they don't lose any guns, so they fight another day. But Party Astronauts just outstrat them. They completely bamboozle them.
I thought maybe CJ could have heard something as well, right? CJ could have heard the footsteps at the end of that play for someone, at least one person to rotate down, but no one ever moves. And when we talk about the need to bring out some tactical depth, as I was highlighting the big test here for the PA squad, we see a variation in the game plan.
I think Fang deliberately makes footsteps to make Party Astronauts think that
solo lurk?
Yeah, that it's a solo lurk instead of, and Fang's just making footsteps to try and bait us in, right? But instead, one player runs, 3 players go behind him. That's the difference there for Party Astronauts. There's a little bit of a conscious decision there.
It works completely. Not called perfection. Party Astronauts onto 11 because of it. And it requires 0 kills, but just completely outmaneuvering your opposition. This time, Fang back to his antics again.
Wait, they've made another play. They've threatened inner control. Only one player truly outside in the form of CJ. Junior's going to get called back into heaven. And the threat of an A-site split. Well, now it's very real because Infinite just gets his solo lurk. He finally collects the kill, but that's the bomb. But that's the bomb. CJ and Junior combined together for 2. Fang's the only player who can really retrieve this. And look at this. Carson's even made his way down the vents. He wants to end this round here and now. 2 players. Backs turned. Infinite also getting pieced up. Carson, he can't find the kill! Infinite with the awareness! It's a 3v3 again. The round in contention. The bomb's still on the ground, though. Someone has still got to try and pick that up. Bullets tracing around. Fang does get his hands on it. But never mind, it gets dropped again. Ben Leap, though, comes through with the flank. He gets the one, but not the second. It has to be Infinite from down inside of Secret. He's going to walk through a smoke. He's going to see both players. He knows where they are. He's trying to find that bomb. He does get it. Down to the lower site we go. We've got a 1v2.
CJ's going to try and get into a foot race here, but he's not going to challenge Infinite's speed. And the number's going to be punched in comfortably here. A chance for Infinite to deliver a massive clutch. We've seen him be clutch already for PA, but this could be the final nail. This could be an opportunity Nouns couldn't survive.
In the 1v2. Infinite to play it from control room. In the minds of Nouns, he could be anywhere. But now checking his angles. Oh my god. They drop onto the site. George lets go of the line. Infinite moving out from control, but he can't hit the shot. Nouns will shut down the clutch, and we need all rounds of regulation.
All 24 required here in this one. My god. The survival tactics here from Nouns in full effect as they hold on in the 2v1 when you thought there was Infinite making the perfect play, using the broken control glass to his advantage, and having a chance. Giving himself an opportunity to catch the players by surprise. That won't be the case here, though. And PA calling in another timeout, digging into those now.
This is it. this time, it really is. This is a 100% force buy. This is down to 0. There is 2 AKs, Deagles, MAC-10s. God.
And the question is, who's going to get series point first off the back of it?
Yeah.
And who's going to have that likely chance to close it out? Party Astronauts have come up with so many different game plans. It's another timeout into another very crucial round. Last time we saw this, PA managed to not get a single kill but win the round on the T side. Is there any chance that we can see that map manipulation again? Can we see Binley dig deep into the strat book and pull something special out in the play?
Carson has been their target consistently, round after round. And he's going to be here again. Flashbang deployed. It's down to Carson. And he gets one deked instead. OG Wizard casts a spell downrange. Junior on the hold, though, catches Infinite mid-air. Back to the 3 versus 4, but site secured here by Peeping.
Only a single smoke here to give them some sort of relief in terms of planting the bomb, which can make this very difficult to work with. The CT's not quite in a position to deny this here. So they're going to clear out any possible lurks through Secret. And again, we're talking about another lower bomb site plant here, where they have to make a retake happen. There seems to be some sort of dysfunction in the communication. As you can see, the rotation's rotating in late. And they have now established themselves firmly in these post plants.
Time? They're starting this retake so late. If Bentley puts up any kind of resistance, this could be deadly. The first, but not quite the second. Still live in the round, but OG Wizard and Peeping, the prodigies here for Party Astronauts, put them on series point to end the season of Nouns.
There's 2 new guns here, pumping new blood into PA. 12 rounds here as they look to eliminate Nouns from playoffs. And as you can see, they have broken the spirits of Nouns in this finally a round going their way in the late stages. Finally a B-side post plant where you would say, even though PA are down a man, they just had the delay in communication. There was something going on there where Nouns were suspicious of this outer yard.
Yeah.
They spent so much time trying to clear it out, they end up falling short. What does Party Astronauts have to clear this game, though? What do they have to close out up against these MP9s? Not guaranteed. When these MP9s come out from the side of Nouns, it is still incredibly deadly. The allure, the opportunity to close, it's certainly there, but you cannot take these rounds lightly, and they know that better. After this series and what we've seen so far, is that Nouns can survive.
And the biggest thing, OG Wizard, 18 years old, Peeping, 19 years old. Potentially to put their deepest run into ECL ever. Can they keep their composure in this round? A walk into secret. Lobby control taken here by Nouns, so walking through the smoke. Junior doesn't hit the headshot. Drops the smoke, dives behind credit, breaking the nades, and Junior will be the first to fall. It's a 4v5 in the final round of regulation.
What are they going to do with this? They do have to make a decision, and they got to make it snappy at the moment, as Infinite is playing so far back, worried about the lobby control, worried about that being taken away.
Hold on.
Party Astronauts can not afford any hesitation.
This could be Carson, though. This could be a round-defining move. Keeping, clears him, but he gets a double! Carson nearly 3. Carson nearly brings it to OT. It could be George instead, but flying up the ladder. They have avoided it. They've avoided the play. Dropping into the A site, Fang. He needs to make sure that bomb makes it, and he does, with Rush going down, planting behind the silo. 10 seconds on the clock. They get in the digits. Can't stop George. It's a 1v1. Bentley versus CJ. CJ has no idea where Ben is. It's a thing. Party Astronauts to end the season of Nouns are 1 kill away. CJ, 23 kills, needs 24 to win this 24th round. Wrapping around the site, Bentley plays his hand. Bentley can't hit the shot. We're going to overtime.
Oh my god, you have to lean in on CJ to close it out with an MP9, and it's not going to be the case. Bentley with the positional advantage. He had the opportunity, but he bites on CJ dropping down. And it needed to be quick, otherwise it's those Noun MP9s that can take a round away. Carson with some big impact here, leading by example. That double kill and so much on the third, it flips the script of the round, and Party Astronauts are stunned.
And so we need more. And so the race to 16 begins. We get a reset. No more of these financial breaks. In fact, the financial breaks never even mattered. Let's be honest. Every team able to pull NP9s, Tech 9s, Deagles, any gun works. But now, full buys. Now double ops. Here for Nouns on the CT side.
I mean, they got all the tools at their disposal, whatever it takes to get a win. And that's what they were able to get away with in regulation. In 24, a 1v1 coming down to the wire. Now we've got overtime. And again, it's a very similar situation. Full lobby control for the T's, sacrificing this out-of-yard control. But this time around, Junior's in a lot more of an effective position. CJ gets flushed out, but there's Carson on the secondary.
All right, he breaks the smoke. Carson needs another flick, though, and a player's gotten past his angle. There's another player up top, however, is going to be the recipient of a molly. Fang forced into a fight he didn't want. Rush and George collect 2. But still closing in. Still advancing P-Bang. Gonna clear out all the angles. 1 tap to heaven. Shoulder seen as well. And he gets the second. Peeping. Going massive again. The 2 prodigies in a 2v4 versus all of Nouns.
Double op here as well for the retake at the moment. It's going to be a bit of a challenge. They still have this heaven position. OG Wizard with a bit of an advantage in that sense, but he's getting flanked by USP. He's watching it. He's covering his back, though. And Junior, who made that early rotation, never got any action this time at the pull the clutch, where his barrel exposes him. The op betrays him instead. And PA will start things off in overtime, looking for their shot at redemption.
Later stages of this game, it's been the 2 youngest players in the server doing all of the damage. Peeping started off this game terribly. Is now back in it. OG Wizard delivering massive impact in these late round situations. He's doing his job. He's doing what they brought him for. The X Factor.
Certainly had it. Continues to possess it. Here's Junior with a play that we've seen here, but doesn't quite connect on the line here. Fang might have heard that retreat, runs through the flames. And he's going to take some space here, all the way through the smoke as well. He catches a kill. Can't believe my eyes. Fang throwing all caution to the wind, and OG Wizard will play off the back of it. And how does Junior find impact at this point in time?
I mean, Fang.
What's going on with George even in this round? There you go. Finally, Fang falls.
I mean, but George inside of Squeaky right now, about to face the whole team. Smoke breaks, and he's found. OG Wizard quick scopes him. Yeah, right. But utility damage is good. Op does hit the floor. The bomb will be planted though. And a two.
Another double op retake.
It doesn't feel real. No util,
They've
no
got to
kits.
save. They can't afford to keep on buying these double ops and then retaking with them. It's not an option that they have. 14 is locked in now for Party Astronauts. They take it into overtime. And again, this time it's Fang firing up. This time it's OG Wizard, who sure, maybe watched their IGL Mystical Eel spray. They could have had it the easy way, but they're still looking to grind it out the hard way. Just later down the line. 14 already found. Could they sweep this thing? One opportunity to close wasn't enough, but 3 more? That's nice.
You're speaking way too far into the future, buddy.
1 round is a long time.
Well, it can be if you're in a tech pause on Mirage. And speak of the devil.
It's been summoned. Did you say tech pause?
I might have. I may have. Don't worry
Oh,
about
there
it.
we go.
But we are back. So, last round of the split here. Party Astronauts looking for the sweep. Now's to give themselves a little bit of oxygen. Let's go.
Well, oxygen only heats up the fire. Party Astronauts are certainly on that at the moment. 14 found already. Looking for 1 more. Gonna try and close it out with a pretty snappy A execute, it seems.
Yeah, they threw outside wall smokes where Fang has done his greatest damage, but now it's an A-side play. George forced into the open, and he can't get a kill. Oh, and a second entry from Fang is vicious. George, or rather Junior, will pop forward. He gets dealt with, and Party Astronauts blast off, send Nouns to the moon. As it's Carson just looking to save his stats in this one. It will be that 3-round sweep on the T side, on Nuke, for the underdogs.
This is unbelievable. Nothing that Carson can say. I don't even know if these ops got more than 1 kill in the whole entirety of this overtime. We saw Fang was able to eventually trade Fang in that outer yard, or rather Junior was eventually able to trade Fang in that outer yard after he did so much damage, after he created so much panic. But the double ops were invested in every single round, and they never really got a chance to fire up with the speed that Nouns, or Party Astronauts rather, possess on their T side. They take full advantage of that, use it to their favor, and 3 more chances, this time on a defense of Nuke, to close out this thing and take their opportunity to continue the lower bracket run and eliminate a team like Nouns early in playoffs.
A team like Nouns that built this squad to compete internationally. We need to hold the funeral dirge for just a moment. As Fang has been lost. Whatever, I believe towards the back of Garage, if I'm correct.
Jeez, was that where you got tapped?
No,
out
that
from
was
Carson?
secret. He was peeking up from the secret steps, I
Okay.
believe.
Wouldn't give up on that duel here. OG Wizard taking a high crosshair approach to the ramp room with smoke and retreat. And again, in these 4v5s, you maybe got to make some gambles, but they're actually taking control towards this outer yard that would hint at, yeah, you getting back in position.
OG Wizard on the line in a perfect spot. A flashbang will eventually knock him away, but he does continue to hold. He does continue to post up. Another molly, but look at this. That meat is not waiting, peeping. Playing so aggressive by the door, but Ben Lee can line up multiple here. He's gonna wait for him. He's gonna at least open up for one, but not a multi. He's gonna continue swinging. OG Wizard though, oh, he gets uppercutted instead. And that should be the ace site, but not quite the round. It's not over. It is infinite. Smoke's about to fade here in Mini.
Bomb has been planted.
And so Infinite with open sight lines. He doesn't even have a molly, but he's going to take the silent approach. And it won't work. George will take him out from the side. George and Rush lock swords. So now, scrape through the first round.
Yeah, but still being able to hang in there. So 2 chances fly by PA to close this thing out. And again, you can see Binley having a monster flank, a great opportunity. All they had to do was wait patiently and hold down the line. Everyone had to stay alive, and I think there's also some pressure on Binley to pull that flank off and try and get everyone in position. That amount of deficit, a little too much to come back from. OG Wizard still with his AWP. Off by peeping. We're seeing Fang. A position where he's just looking to listen. Looking to play off a flashbang. Smoke ball will come out. And the information denial looking to flow on in. Not a presence in lobby at the moment as well. You'd imagine that this play eventually going to lean in on this A side. And all you want to do is create that disruption. Try and get those rotations. They already have that in a certain sense. Infinite is locked in on that B bomb site. The op has to rotate into a more convincing position, and I think
This round's not live.
we might get a not live into the mix.
Wow.
Huh.
And believe it or not, since literally no damage has been dealt, actually.
Yeah. It looks like both teams backing out, which is always nice.
It's crazy to have it not live.
A minute into the round.
Yeah. Way to break the tension, guys.
I mean, we saw Fang with his knife out. I think it's him. It was a bit of an odd position to be in. But yeah, eventually they call it. Nouns didn't really reveal a lot at all in that play. Even though it was a full minute in. I think there was eventually going to be an end goal towards the A bomb site with trying to feign the outer yard smokes. I think Nouns had everything they wanted. But there we go, back into the action pretty quickly. Hopefully that's the last we see of the tech pause. We've been pretty good on this after map 1. I guess after the start of map 2.
Yeah, start
to be more accurate.
Yes, and by the way, for those just joining us, top right, that is correct. Party Astronauts did indeed 13-0 map 1. It was long-winded. It had like 6 tech pauses in between, but round after round they constructed it. Now what's next?
Ooh.
Double nades onto peeping. And a molly. He needs to run away fast. And he does.
Almost had him. He's gonna. I thought he was gonna make an attempt with the spam. Not gonna be the case at the moment. And peeping barely survives the initial barrage of utility that heads his way. Evades the Molotov. Evades the crosshair. But can he evade this execute? Can he manage to have impact? No, he can't. He's eliminated. Carson chases him down.
But the top up play! Ben Lee shows up with 2, but not the 3rd. Still a 3-on-3, but there comes Infinite. Flies up the vents. Deals with CJ. Advantage here for Party Astronauts. Season on the line here for Nouns. Junior, come on. Come on, men. You've got to hit these high-pressure shots in the moments, and he does. Down to 17 as a result. But still, an opportunity. OG Wizard. He returns to heaven.
Down the vents. That's their best shot. Straight into the B bomb site. They have the advantage here of trying to get those numbers punched in. It's about the quickness and rotation. George Loud. Footsteps being made. Fang gonna look to flow down the vents here potentially. But the timer is ticking up against this Party Astronaut squad. And a junior connection on that shot. It might just do the trick here.
OG Wizard walks forward. Oh, and it's just an instant headshot there from George. The opportunity to close it down for PA. The 2 versus 3. The knife out for Fang. And this one's not happening. A bit of an anticlimactic finish there as Nouns are about to sweep this one back.
Yeah, I mean, T-side, man. Being able to close out 3 in a row. Nouns still kicking. No chance to win in this overtime, but taking it into a second would shift that momentum once again. You get these extra timeouts in overtime. And it's going to be called out on Nouns for their way to finish. Again, you either call this timeout and you win, or you lose, and again, your ECL season is over. So what a better time than now to get Adren involved for one more bit of tactics, one more set of strategies to call out here for Carson to close things out and level the playing field.
One thing I've noticed is that OG Wizard has not been going for openers. He's been playing for the late round. He's been playing for the clutch. It's Party Astronauts who call a tactical timeout right back. It's approaching 1 a.m. here on the East Coast. Who's gonna separate them?
Have to find out. Series point locked in. They're here for PA. Nouns fighting for their life. A little icing of the timeout being called with PA backing up what Nouns have just done. 60 seconds passes. We get back into the action here for our 30th round. Still got the firepower. Still got OG Wizard rocking the AWP. But 3 in a row, 3 chances to close. It would be 4 in total for Party Astronauts that would fly by them, none of which capitalized on if they miss out on this opportunity here. A lot of attention towards this outer yard, but it's with the rifles as highlighted. The opening duels attempts have been maybe lessened. CJ manages to evade all the spam and gets himself down in towards those secret stairs safely in a position of power to try and cut off rotations.
Off angle though, taken from Fang, back of Garage. Will they clear him? He's gonna swing forward and line up 2! That could be it! Is that the dagger? OG Wizard on a rush! As well, we have a 2 versus 5 needing to be converted by CJ and Junior.
Now they gotta bring out that full survival tactics here from Nouns. CJ looking to fight on all fronts, but nothing given. And again, it's time for PA to play those percentages and a 2v4 that they should just lock in. What does CJ and Junior have to defend against this?
They know where CJ is. Here for Party Astronauts. The big question mark is, what can Junior do? He is the unknown element in this round.
Again, down to Vince is maybe the highest percentage play here for this T side. Sneaking down silently. It's going to put a lot more pressure on Infinite, offering up resistance. He's alone and isolated. CJ's maybe looking to thread a quick kill in the meantime.
Oh my gosh, but they hear the bomb plant. Oh, but Junior goes down! Junior goes down, and that's it! Nouns have to sit and watch. 7, 6, 5, and the end of their season handed out by Peeping. Party Astronauts take it 2-1 and progress to the top 4.
I mean, you can just sink your teeth in right there with the multi from Fang coming through, stepping forward instead of getting cleared with conviction by this Nouns squad. Instead, he fights and takes the fight here to Nouns, and it completely turns that situation around. It finally allows for Party